got maced by the police. Word. Man.
Get in the car. I don't care what you demand.
Come on, man, look at it. This is a little girl. She 9 years old. Don't nobody feel no type of way. You got these people running around with stimulus checks acting like ain't nothing going on. Where the gangsters at? I go. Agobi. Ile mokyo. Yeshua mokyo. Oguna mokyo.
I would write this shit in fire. This is a war cry. This is Sankofa, Rwanda, Ethiopia, Zimbabwe, Southside, Chicago, Compton, California, Roosevelt Projects in Brooklyn.
They shoot back like that. 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 One time for the baby that's black. 2 times for the lady that's black. 3 times for the way we get back. 4 times for the Eddie could crack. They shoot back like that. 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 1 time for the baby that's black. 2 times for the lady that's black. 3 times for the way we make stack. Revolution like Haiti like that. I'm a king with a crown, that's facts. She a queen with a crown, that's facts. I'm a G, she a G, that stacks. I'm a G, she a G, that match. From my G's in the back, that trap. Be a G, get back, that's tax. See, we a feet who need this facts. And we'll teach TC this facts. So when you see we eat the snacks. If we see deceit, this caps. Be a key to the free that latch. Be a key to a seed that hatch. From my G's in the back, that trap. Be a G, flip that, that's racks. See a LLC, get that. And start a business, please, just that. If they shoot back like that. 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 1 time for the baby that's black. 2 times for the lady that's black. 3 times for the way we get back. 4 times for the Eddie could crack. They shoot back like that. 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 1 time for the baby that's black. 2 times for the lady that's black. 3 times for the way we make stack. Revolution like Haiti like that. See the crown where it's at, this hat. And we gon' lay it down flat, this mat. Fall asleep where you at, this snap. See an open hand slap, let's smash. While we even at all's mishaps. I'm like even that's all mismatch. Spit this, spit that, spit facts. Kick this, kick that, click clack. If they shoot back like that. 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 1 time for the baby that's black. 2 times for the lady that's black. 3 times for the way we get back. 4 times for the Eddie could crack. They shoot back like that. 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 1 time for the baby that's black. 2 times for the lady that's black. 3 times for the way we make stack. Revolution like Haiti like that. For those who came before me, let the legacy live through me. My ancestors giving honor, you dig? Tell them crown me king. Tell them crown me king. Tell them crown me king. I'ma crown me king. They told me do this for the sisters who gotta work that job. She just trying to raise her babies while she goes so hard. Tell her crown me king. Tell her crown me king. Tell her crown me king. I'ma crown me king. It's for the brothers on the struggle locked inside of that cell. Just know I'm trying to free your mind, get you out of that jail. Tell them crown me king. Tell them crown me king. Tell them crown me king. I'ma crown me king. You know the children are the future, teenage boys and girls. Get your money, start a business, then take over the world. Tell them crown me king. Tell them crown me king. Tell them crown me king. I'ma crown me king.
I am the niece of exploitation on a rice and pancake box. Come to collect the royalties for Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben. I am refreshing the bones, a witch, a root worker, a sorceress, a priestess, a gangster.
If they shoot back like that. 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 1 time for the baby that's black. 2 times for the lady that's black. 3 times for the way we get back. 4 times for the Eddie could crack. They shoot back like that. 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 1 time for the baby that's black. 2 times for the lady that's black. 3 times for the way we make stack. Revolution like Haiti like that.
sound like we was in Aries season. I was like, wait, we in Pisces season. Wait. We gotta slow it down a little bit. You understand? Peace and blessings. Welcome to another episode of Do Not's Radio. Place when I was born. It's your host now. This one lobby here in the month of March. Okay, so we marching towards our objective, and we marching from one space of being in that space of hibernation to the space of it's about to be hot. You understand what I'm saying? So we here with the fire horse year and the fire horse season with the fire gods in the building. You understand what I'm saying? From the celestial to the terrestrial. So it becomes my honor and privilege at this time to introduce some percent to others to no strangers to this platform. Okay. Just stay home away from home. They home away from home. They finally found another home up here. You understand what I'm saying? So we got the reason for the season, the reason why we all here gathered here today on this holy day of Thursday. You understand what I'm saying? The one and only, the Starseed Gatherer, the Starseed Whisperer, the Starseed Corrector, herding us all together like cats. Okay? The one and only Goddess Ra. That's what I said. I'm used to the bombs. All that clapping stuff. Don't be clapping. I'm doing bombs. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? The educator, the inspirer, the motivator, the innovator, the wonderful counselor, the Prince of Peace. Okay. Mixed with the Prince of Lightness. Okay. His twin brother Darkness couldn't be here today. The Prince of Lightness up in here to enlighten and enumerate our minds with the power of controlling our own destiny and seeing the signs that's necessary. Do this. The supreme vehicle of supreme numerics, aka supreme mathematics, the one and only Mr. Westbrooks is in the building. I'm definitely here to tell us, you sleeping in my classroom? Wake up, Mr. West. Wake up, Mr. West. Okay.
Wake up!
That over here, get him.
That, yep.
yes, definitely. Glad to see you. Glad to be here in concert with you. And I am your neighborhood friendly janitor. Okay, here to make sure ain't no mess going on up in the place. Your brother now is falling around. So I'm gonna hand it over to the one with the power glove on her hand over there. She had that power glove. She
always got it on.
Okay. Goddess Rael, aka Goddess Ra Turner. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been fan is strong. Peace and blessings. Welcome. Ooh, look, you said you.
Yeah, that's why I keep that glove on the hand to cushion it a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Fine.
Peace and blessings. Peace, Jody. Southworth. Thank you. Peace and blessings, Starseeds. Thank you for being here tonight. It's our final promo night here on Do the Knowledge Radio. Next time you hear my voice, it will be on Transformation Tuesdays, the season premiere of Pronoia Starseed Podcast this Tuesday. So make sure you're tapped in over there. We continue to grow. Thank you so much, Starseeds, for subscribing. We continue to grow. I promise you. Even over the break, we've been growing. So shout out to all of those who've gone back and watched the previous shows. If you have not checked out Pronoia Starseed Podcast, please tap in over there. It's plenty to catch up on from whatever the heck you into is probably over there.
Yes. So how you doing? Okay, how you doing today?
I'm wonderful.
I told y'all, I said 9-ish. Okay, don't be coming around here talking about. I thought the program is going to start at 9 o'clock. Okay, look. Watch your tone first of all, and keep your hands on your head. All right, you know we here. You understand what I'm saying? We here. So yeah, how y'all feeling? How you feeling, Goddess Rael? How you feeling, Mr. Westbrook, aka Supreme Numerics? How you feeling?
All wise and civilized can't call it. Same shit, different toilet.
Ooh. That's a Jersey response. You understand what I'm saying? That's a Jersey response.
Yeah, it's great to be here, though. You know, it's always an honor to be at my home away from home and to be welcomed back by, the living legend and, of course, the family that's out there watching. So peace to y'all. And, hey, like I said last night, like I said last week, I'm excited for season 6. It's coming. It's loading. You hear them footsteps? You see all the crazy energy that's been going on in the world lately?
Man.
That's season 6.
That's what I'm talking about for real. Sheesh.
It's chaos before the storm.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So right before we went live, we was talking family. So it's funny that we still echoing the sentiments of family. So it's a family affair. Goddess Rael. Like, so putting us together is like, all right, family reunion type of situation. What was it like in your coming into being journey for both of y'all? How did your family kind of take it? And then, has it shifted? Has it altered? Has it changed in regards to your walk and your path as you present this space and proof of concept, so to speak?
So, family. I guess I've always been the black sheep, or the pink sheep or the white sheep in a different way. We've had different types of black sheeps in my family. Some have been very controversial. Some, I get along with my family pretty good. It's just everybody knows I'm a little different, They don't judge me necessarily. I don't know what's been said behind my back ever, but I don't feel that. I feel welcoming energy, even though they don't necessarily understand me in the whole part. But as I continue my journey, I notice that there are people in my family who, they have deeper conversations with me now. There's questions that they have that they are not afraid to ask, because they know that, like, I've been like this since I was 9 years old. Like, I just been open with my spirituality, and it's got me in a lot of trouble sometimes, but it's also, got me on the road where, people feel comfortable speaking to me about things that they are not necessarily comfortable speaking to other people about. So my family has been very open and very welcoming. They support me. They don't necessarily support me as in watch, but they support me as in, they don't talk shit. So that's enough for me. I don't need you talking shit about me. You ain't got to be on what I'm on. Just keep your mouth closed, So, yeah, I see a difference, though, because, again, because of the shift that we're in, like, if, you don't have to be a spiritual being to know that the spiritual things are happening right now. Like, there's a shift. And so even those who were not awake before, it's almost like a little earthquake and shook them up. And of course, the weirdo over there, she seemed like she knows what she's talking about. Let's go over there and ask her a couple questions. And, I get it now, and I'm never turning my back, because I think that's what divinely we've been guided to do, was be the weird ones for a period of time until you're not weird anymore. And what you've been saying is now starting to make sense. So, family comes around, but we also have our extended family. Those are the people we choose to call family, our tribe, those that are more on our frequency. And that's what I see the Starseeds as. So I have 2 separate families. What about you, Nick?
Oh, yeah. Make I didn't want to go out of order and overstep the host, so I'll make sure you time in before I jump right in and answer the question. Yeah. He not saying nothing, so I guess
Yeah, this is our show, man. This is y'all show. I'm just here. I'm telling you.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's like, I throw it out there. Bap. I already know y'all gonna do what y'all do.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, actually, this is a very fitting question, and it ties into the purpose of this series, this Pronoia Starseed Dream Team promo series. Like I said, season 6 is coming. And number 6 is actually the number of family. And, one system of numerology, right? Family and emphasis on the home and duty and responsibility. Now, when you take it over to the supreme math, you know that 1 represents the black man, 2 represents the black woman, 3 is the best part, the child. When you add them all up, 1 plus 2 plus 3, it equals 6. So there goes, that foundation for the family. When you add it all up, the sum total comes up to 6. Of course, 6 is equality. So I just wanted to point that out since we're talking about family with this question. But in terms of my family, they leave me alone for the most part. But I'm also not very vocal, I guess, when it comes to it. I just kind of do my thing, and I might like drop a little bit of nuggets here and there, and they may not realize what's going on. But I'm not that. I'm calm at the dinner table or at the family gatherings. I know how to bring my conversation to the surface level when I'm around folks, because I already know what their reaction is going to be. So, but the interesting thing about it is that a lot of my family follows me on social media. Like they might be on Facebook. That Facebook is a lot of older folks on Facebook. My mom got a Facebook now, so she's like, oh, I see your supreme numerics thing you doing, and she had no idea what I'm talking about. This like my auntie, one of my aunties, she's probably in like her 70s. I saw her, I think back in the spring or the summertime. She said, yeah, I see your videos on Facebook. I have no idea what you're talking about, but it sounds interesting. So I think my family, they know I'm different, but they just like you, Rael, they don't talk shit about it or bring it up. They might acknowledge it, but they don't get too deep into it. But a funny thing though too, I told a couple people about this. I might have told you this, Rael, offline at some point. So I grew up in the church, very active in the church throughout my childhood, all the way up into my early 20s. And my mother, she's very active in the church. She's a part of several ministries. She's also a deaconess. And one day she had on like her nightshirt, her nightgown, and it was a 7 chakras shirt. And then she also showed me she had a Buddha shirt too. And then with the 7 chakra shirt, she's like, I don't know what this is. It just looks cool. My mom's a number 7, by the way. So she's that number. Yeah, she's that number of she's born on the 7. So she's that number of God, that number of spirituality, metaphysics, religion, researching, going below the surface. So that's very, very much aligned for her, being so active in the church and also being a reader, not necessarily a reader of information. She's more of a novel. She reads a lot of novels, but it's very in alignment, and it's very much synchronized that she would be very active in the church and be drawn to the 7 chakra shirt, night shirt, her Aquarius night shirt, and her Buddha shirt.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's also hilarious. It's funny because you said she reads novels, and when you said that, Spirit said that's her imagination. That's her way of like, also that's a spiritual way of tapping in. It's like when a lot of people who read novels, they can see the pictures in their minds, right? Their mind's eye. I used to read a lot of novels when I was growing up. And I also grew up in the church, very heavy in the church. That's why it's so funny when church people people who really heavy in the church be coming for me because they be swearing like, oh, you just like, man, I love the church. That's the part that I do miss is the fellowship of spirituality. That's why I built Pronoia, is for the fellowship that we miss out on by not necessarily being in church. But, I took a lot of great things from being in church. I just felt like the energy was being misdirected outward when it should have been directed inward. And so, I don't ever really judge people who are in the church. I know that those are like some of the baby steps, the first steps towards, really truly finding ourselves here. So I love that though. Your mom, she tapped in and she don't even know she tapped in and she walk around with her chakra shirt and her Buddha shirt. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, same. My relationship with church was the same. Definitely got a lot out of it, both on the spiritual level and also, on the mundane level too. It was very useful for me as well. And I can see another part of church that I really love was the music. So I see you doing the same thing. You're real heavy on the music. And
the inspiration through the music. Yes, the words, the enlightenment. And now it's just a conscious church over there on Pronoia. We have church. We talk about Jesus. We talk about everything else. Like we just think about it differently.
Shout out to the Sun Chaser. He's going to take us to Bible study in season 6 and give us that Bible study.
Yes.
I'm definitely excited about that for season 6 as well. Getting into the esoteric side of the scriptures. So yeah, y'all look out for that too. I know at some point in this program, Rael is going to run down the schedule for y'all.
Absolutely.
so y'all can put it on your calendars. Put the reminders in there.
That's right. And yes, shout out to the Sun Chaser and Mahatma Starseed. They couldn't join us tonight. Both of my cats that I tried to herd ran off into different directions. They were like, oh no, I gotta go.
They flew off. They levitating and all that. Yeah, they flew off. They was,
trying to get the Starseeds together. It's like herding cats, but it's all good because I love them so much. Mahatma did have a message for you guys tonight about what she would be working on. So let me just pull that up real quick. She wanted to share her thoughts and focus will be offering is to prepare for the newly awakened conscious people how to flow in the body so that the spirit can breathe. So Mahatma is our sound frequency healer. If you do not know, Mahatma Starseed. So she's going to be teaching us how we can flow into our body so that the spirit can breathe. I love that. Yes. So she's going to be giving us some yoga moves. She's also going to be dealing with the sound frequency and whatever else she has to offer this season. And I know later on, he has a video from Patah, who also wanted to share with you guys what his offering is going to be this season on Pronoia.
Yeah, well, yeah, man, I wish Mahatma was on because I would ask her about sound vibration with words and numbers, to see if there's.
We're going to cross-pollinate. I'm telling you.
Yeah, because when it comes to Chaldean numerology, that's more so based on the sound vibration of the letters. That's how they get the numerical values as compared to the Pythagorean system, which is just follows that pattern, 1 to 9. So A through I, and then once you get to 9, you just start over. And, it just follows that systematic pattern, while that older, more mystical system is based on sound vibrations. But even Pythagoras, who of course studied from studied in Kemet for 22 years, he got into the sound vibration of words and letters and numbers as well. So yeah, I definitely want to chop it up with Mahatma to see where she's at with the vibrations of the letters and the words and the numbers.
Yes.
Yeah, Om is a mystical healing modality that gives you a space and recall. Y'all think I'm playing, right? Y'all think I'm just coming with some BS. When you don't know what to say and you're trying to remember something, what you say?
Yeah. But no, no.
That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're right though.
we deal in the realm of practicality, right? So the consonants come from continent and they come from constant. They come from constant, right? So in ancient systems, as you know, the words had a numeric value. The numbers had a numeric value. So the numeric value and the word or the letter coincided to something in the realm of numerics, right? So there's a frequency and a tone that's at a particular tonal frequency that brings about a healing modality, a benefit modality in aspect in regards to that law of reciprocity, right? Which you put out comes back, right? So all of these things go, the law of correspondence, right? All of these things come into space in regards to that. And I'm not giving an answer that she would give. I'm giving an answer in the realm of here, right? In the moment. So you could have an A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y, right? And all of those have healing frequencies in the way. Mm-hmm. All of them. The A, the E, the I, all of them have a healing modality in regards to the vocalization. This is why the ancient languages didn't have the vowels, but in regards to vocalization, they added in a vowel. You see what I'm saying? So they would add in those variables to add a particular vocalization for them to go back into families of language that are interchangeable. So something in Latin is similar to something in Spanish. It's similar to something in Arabic. So something in Spanish is similar to something in French. It's similar to something in Farsi. Because the vocalization becomes something. So like Wolof, for instance, is a vocalization that's utilized to understand something that's on the pyramid wall. Because they have a connection via the vowels for vocalization purpose. If you knew what you was looking at, you wouldn't say it. Mm-hmm. You would read it and keep it moving. You see what I'm saying? But if you had to say it to somebody to try to get it to a vocalization where they could hear it and hearken to the voice, that becomes something. So language has a relationship familiarly like our family, like our bloodlines, like the celestial, like our zodiacal relationship. And you teach the science of the numbers and our relationship to the numbers, but they come from a family too, independent of us. So our interface with that becomes something where we could look at the number and see ourselves. Well, I'm a life path such and such. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, I'm going through this blah, blah, blah in my personal year. It's a personal year to you, but anybody who's going through that personal year number is connected. You see what I'm saying? So we got connectivity in the family frame all the way around. And we're going back to family. And this is why I asked the family question, because most of the folks who come into enlightenment, they go on like a cataclysmic situation with their family where it's like, I went in the house and I threw all the pork in the trash and I threw the Christmas tree in the trash. They was looking at me like I was crazy and blah, 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 and all of that. And they go from that on at the initial sort of space to after a while, they start watching, like Goddess Rael was saying, is all right, now they start asking deeper questions because now they're starting to feel what you felt initially. It's like, oh, only person I can talk to that's going to understand me and not look at me like I was crazy is Goddess Rael. So let me call her. You understand what I'm saying? So, oh, I was dealing with these numbers and you know what I'm saying? And I know you still doing that number stuff. You know, the number stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? I keep seeing 1111 and, you know, like, what am I saying these numbers for? Blah, blah, blah. Like, so you can take them out of wherever state of being that they might currently be in and bring them back into the fold because it's family. And if it's righteous, it's supposed to point them back to themselves. You know what I'm saying? So I never heard nothing in the street had me coming home talking crazy to my mama. First of all, my mama had the illest 2-piece with a biscuit ever. You understand what I'm saying? So if you get the body to eat it, okay. You know, she had to wake you up and say, what were you trying to say to me when you came up in here? You know what I'm saying? Off the rip. But then two, we took religion and spirituality as a class in my family. So whatever elevator stop you wanted to get off on, that's what you got on. But we studied it all as a family. We did it all. You know, we did it all. So it's a course of study. You know, it's a course of study, and you acquainted yourself with what was, you know, agreeable to your spirit or what you was in divine alignment with. But it was already written where you was going to be. So that's why we did it as one thing, so nobody is feeling ostracized based on these steps. You know, my brother is damn near a preacher. You understand? But he was somebody who played the classical, piano since he was 3 years old. Where else he gonna do that? You understand what I'm saying? Like, where else is he gonna do that? He could play the organ and set up the sound and do the drums and all of those things. Where else is he gonna do that? Where he good in his spirit and he get a little something for that. Come on. That's the place of the fellowship. You see what I'm saying? So that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna do that over there. And it just works like that. You see what I'm saying? So all of our talent, skills, and all of that, all of those things are, within us. Like I was talking to Kai Zodiac earlier, and it was just a grand reminder. And he was like, we don't come to Earth empty to be filled up. We come to Earth full to be empty based off our talents and gifts and presets and all of those things. You see what I'm saying? So just a reminder in that way of, come to Earth full and leave empty. Like you leave it all out on the court. You see what I'm saying? You leave it all out in that way. And he was also talking about mythos. One of the things that we understand, the larger the myth becomes your larger than life aspect. So if these myths that are associated with you are larger than your life, so your life is relegated to both sides of that dash, right? When you was born and when you transition. But how you remembered after is based off of that larger than life mythos. You see what I'm saying? So people might not get a chance to hear you directly, Mr. Westbrook, but your students and your student body and your teacher body, you have affected them both in a way that it will continue. So when you come with an offering, a book, whatever the case may be, that's the importance of books. They live longer than we do. The Bible been around as long as it's been around. Holy Quran been around as long as it's been around. So when people pick it up, they're going to have different discussions, different interfaces, different spaces of effect. You see what I'm saying? And your work is going to outlive you, especially if your work is righteous, because it appeals to the righteous and the unrighteous alike. You see what I'm saying? So they're like, oh, there was this guy, back in the 2000s, I think his name was Mr. Westbrooks, and he was talking about supreme numerics, and I'm here to debunk it. He's still talking about it. So for him to say it, that means that it's going to be 1,000 people that's going to gravitate towards it and be like, nah, you want some BS. So now it's 1,000 against one in that instant. You see what I'm saying? And those scales go back and forth. It might be in this season, it's 10,000 more than unrighteous versus those that are righteous. You see what I'm saying? So that's why we got 85, 10, and 5% for a reason. You understand what I'm saying? So, and it goes, and it ebbs and it flows. But if the work is not out there and it's not available for them to access, then there won't be any dialogue or discord or tug of war back and forth in regards to it. So the fact that you're putting it out in the power of the now for all times. You see what I'm saying? People will look back and see it. People will look forward and see it. And it becomes useful land either way.
Yeah.
My short answer to that was me and my family ain't never had no beef about it. As a matter of fact, they called me to prove somebody wrong. You know, my older brother would be like, let me call my little brother. Hey, was Jesus born in the winter? I try to tell these stupid mofos that, he was born at the time the shepherd was out with his flock. I'm like, that's what the words say, right? He like, yeah. So, like, either way, whether he cared nothing about it or not, you see what I'm saying? He ready for the rumble based off his, Taurus situation. You see what I'm saying? He ready to rumble. So, yeah.
Yeah. No, you said something very very interesting about that letter vibration with the vocalization of those vowels. When you just look at the vowels in a name or a word that is known as the inner urge or the soul number, and that inner urge represents the inner desires, wants, needs, the hidden self, pretty much. So that's right in alignment right there. The hidden self, or the hidden meaning that's not being projected out to the world. You got to go below the surface to get that inner meaning or that inner knowing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how symbols work. You see what I'm saying? So the written word becomes a manifestation of the sigils. We have the sigil markings, and we interpret it as a letter or a word. So a letter and a word is an alchemical blend of the sigil markings that are there, that each principle represents something. This slash this way means this. This slash this way means this. This slash this way means this. And all together we got a G, or we got a W, or we got an X, or we got a Z, right? And then we put those sigil markings that's already combined as a letter together with a word now. So the letters have a numeric value, and the word has a numeric value, a sum total based off of the sigil markings and the representation of the letters all together at the same time. You see what I'm saying? So if you become symbol literate, they'll say that you're literate, that you know how to read. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in the same way, in regards for you to write, right? So you're putting glyphs together on a page, and you become a scribe in that way. So when you affix your name to this particular thing, this becomes your work. This becomes your work for inspection. So we think we're doing something new, but we're doing something for a time. So if you're known by your particular work, or your writing, or your scribing, they affix that to you. You see what I'm saying? So whether you speak well or not, they see your scribing and say, "Oh, yo, go check out this work by this scribe right here." You see what I'm saying? Go check out his writing, her writing. And that becomes what's introduced in the pantheon, right? So the teachings of Ptahhotep, for instance, right, become a magnum opus work based off the writing. We didn't hear him speak. Now, there are some people that speak well. They don't necessarily write well. And they speak well, and they're known in their vocal tonality. Regardless of what they're saying, they agree with you in some kind of way. So you can hear Adolf Hitler. You could hear Franklin D. Roosevelt. You could hear Martin Luther King. And you could hear Barack Obama. And you could hear the same speech. They studied the vocal patterns of the speech delivery and said, oh, these four people will galvanize your ears. Adolf Hitler was a vegan. He was a vegan from Austria, and his words galvanized German people to go to participate in the war. Franklin D. Roosevelt had polio. He couldn't even stand. Mm-hmm. They had to put an apparatus to hold him up for him to stand. And his words was able to galvanize the American people and the troops to go to World War II. Mm. Y'all know what Martin Luther King did. Mm-hmm. And y'all know what Barack Obama did, right? Mm-hmm. So all four of them had a galvanizing, captivating delivery capability that all could be relegated to a certain way of speech pattern and manipulation for them to be heard and for them to be on a course of quote unquote world domination based off of what they said, not what they wrote. Mm. In Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s case, if you listen to his what he read in regards to his letters to Selma, you would hear something completely different than the speeches that he, said out loud. Mm-hmm. So if somebody just read those speeches and never heard him speak, they'd be like, oh, this dude was all over the place with this thing and blah, blah, blah. It was based off of what the written word says. But if you heard him speak, with the I Have a Dream speech or Been to the Mountaintop, if you heard him speak, you're there. You leaning forward. You into it. Whether you agree with what he's talking about or not. And that's dangerous when you're seeking to divide a people. But Hitler used the same speech to unite a people and divide a people from a people at the same time. See what I'm saying? FDR uniting the place that ain't even have their stuff together. You see what I'm saying? But they became American in regards to how he spoke. So the vocalization becomes something different than the written word in that aspect because these are grand unifiers of speech versus the grand unifier of words coming together. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words that never hurt me, right? That's BS. But we heard it and we kind of lived in that. It was like, I don't care what you call me. I know who I am. But that's the collection of words, right? The collection of words and the vocal tone that is said. If you said something in a lighter tone versus a heavier tone here, that would allude to you're not trying to be offensive versus you striving to be offensive. But if you heard somebody speaking German or Russian or Korean or Japanese or Chinese or Turkish, it's aggressive. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? It's aggressive. So you thinking like, oh, they about to fight? You don't even know what they're saying, but all of a sudden the tonality got you like, oh, they about to fight? They just regular talking. It's regular talk, right? Versus somebody speaking in Spanish or French, right? And you hear it and it's light off of the tongue, or Farsi or something like that, it's light off of the tongue. They might be about to shoot up everybody in the room. And you don't even know it. Like you just like it just sounds attractive. You understand what I'm saying? Like so those vocal tonalities, alluding to places to where if you're unaware of them, then you won't know what's happening next. So the vocal tonalities elicit certain responses, whether emotional or logical, based off of how they're spoken and your acculturation to them.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
I'm laughing because I seen Adonis over there. I was like, look, I'm telling you, I wouldn't have felt right if Adonis ain't pop up over here.
Yeah. Shout out to Adonis. Yeah, he had to be, he couldn't be too far away.
Right. Yeah, I was talking too much. That's right. What you? Say something. Okay. Please and thank you. I don't care what you say, but just say something with something. Let me pull this video up so I don't get fined. Okay. I don't want no trouble and no smoke in the city. Okay. Because just time. Brother for Ty got the video. But Goddess Ryle, I know you wanted to say something. Okay.
Oh no.
Talk about now. Just right now.
I am going to need your backup on something, Goddess Rael, on this season 6 promo, because I got some more synchronicities for the people out there. But one of them was inspired by you, because you were the one that told me about the astrological phenomenon. Is the what was the conjunction you was telling me about that was at on 0 degrees? What was that one? Say, what was it called again?
Yo, what's good? What's good?
Oh,
the Great Reset, the 0 degrees at Aries.
Yes, and you said the last time it was at 0 degrees was 6,000 years ago, right?
6,000 years ago. That's correct.
Damn.
So number 6 right there, and then with that Great Reset, it brings a lot of upheaval. So you go back through history when this conjunction was occurring in history. It happened in 1989 at the time of the Berlin Wall falling. It happened at the time of the start of the American Civil War in 1861. So this is the type of energy that we're talking about, and what's happening already. We got all the shit that's going on with Israel and America and Iran, and all of that going on. So I'm pointing that out because the specific 0 degree placement and calculation happened 6,000 years ago. So there goes that number 6. Now, what's my next synchronicity? We just had in the Northeast, and mostly the Northeast. We had the blizzard. I think it was last week, and those blizzards happen on the decades, but the year of that decade, it ends with a 6. So it's 2026 now. The last blizzard like this was 2016. Then before that was 2006. And then before that was 1996.
Wow.
Yeah. So when I'm telling the people out there that Pronoia Starseed Podcast season 6 is bringing the energy, that's what we're talking about right there. Season 6.
That's right. That's 6 energies. That's right. It's the destruction and rebuilding. Absolutely. It's the Kali Ma. It's that energy of. It's time. It's the reset. It's the redo. It's the rebuilding. We went to a whole nother age. We went from, I believe they said, like an ice age into the copper age 6,000 years ago. Like the whole civilization changed the way we did. So did things like how we just moved. And I think I see it now. I see everything starting to fall. People are worried and freaking out. But the thing is, things have to crumble in order for other things to be rebuilt. And we don't want to build things on faulty foundations. So what we're seeing is the foundations crumbling, which are necessary. So shout out to you. Yeah, Donna said he's a 6th life path. Look at there.
Don't bring his 6th life path behind on his panel. Stop playing over here. Right? Okay, come on in. Come on in the room.
Yeah, he got the link. Yeah, you got the link, Adonis. Hit that link.
Yeah. Come on in the room.
Yeah, and that's also going to restore balance, because 6 is the number of balance too. Like I mentioned at the beginning, it's equality. So it's restoring the balance, and yes, we're going to experience
right up. My bad. Look, he pulled right up.
Oh yeah. Of course he did.
From the cosmic tundra, the god of thunder, and the god of renewal in the building. One time for the one time. The Queen's hippie is in the building. Give it up for the one and the only Adonis in the building.
When.
Yeah. Hold on. He get a bomb today. Hold on. One more clap. Yeah.
Much gratitude, family. Honored, and happy and grateful to be present. I'm so happy and grateful for the synchronicities because I had woke up from a nap and then I looked at my phone and I seen Pronoia talk about I just woke up from a nap. I'm like, I was like, was he just on the spiritual? Was we on the other side having
Yes.
In that work.
Yeah, so I'm happy that, there's so many different alignments. Today is it's been a super powerful day for not just me personally, but for how I've been observing the collective transform and, just be themselves and how those energies have been showing up in so many different ways. So today's a energy of creativity for me. Today's a Jupiter day, so Jupiter is the number 3, and all about the growth and expansion and the learning. And I was born on a Jupiter day, so it's my Mercury day. So it's one of my birthdays for the year. So I'm celebrating my lunar return that just passed, and also my Mercury day. So I've been casting the energy forward over what this 2026, this because I was just looking at this 10-year cycle and all the 7-year cycles and the seasons and rotations. And when I say the ball is rolling, family, we are right in divine time.
I'm talking about, right? The Jupiter returns on them decade cycles right there. You see what I'm saying? So we contended with the 6 and the 10 at the same time, but they're conjunction and they're not in opposition. The way you broke it down in regards to 6, but this is each the 10-year cycles had to deal with the 6 right there. You see what I'm saying? And for it to have ramifications with weather, just to add in a little bit of context, right? So the water that's drawn up in the 5 Mr. which the naked alcoholic.tech does not and cannot travel further than 6 miles above sea level. So now, as it gets caught in the Earth's atmosphere, there's a space that once it's drawn up and it reaches its apex or its height, it distills back into the planet in the forms of drops of water and drops of ice. So the blizzard that we see is a result of the water that's drawn up from the earth. You understand what I'm saying? So all of those aspects in regards to that gravitational pull is something that causes an alchemical shift. So it goes up as water, and then it comes back down or distills back into the planet in a different form, alchemically, right? So we're dealing with the number 10. I'm gonna pass it back to you right after this, right? So you could deal with the number 10 in that way, in that regard. But the 6 was the thing that drew that attention because the 6 miles, and then there's a limitation in regards to what 6 is in supreme mathematics, right? So, but 6 also deals with equality, like we was talking about in regards to the family, right? So to deal equal in all things. So that 6 miles becomes a limitation, but it's a limitation not in a way that's negative. It's a limitation in regards to at this level, things are transfigured, things are transformed. So when it returns to us in another fashion. It's alchemically transformed, right? So look in creation was supposed to take place 6 days in the Bible, right? And the 7th day, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to add that in real quick in regards to what it is, because the military operations from military psyops moves in 20-year cycles. You see what I'm saying? So
that's a score.
Right. So just that same Look, Adonis is a legend. You see what I'm saying? 4 score, right? So when we start dealing in that, that's the military psyops type of situation. So if they say 100-year war, they're saying that 5 score. You see what I'm saying? Sort of cycle in regards to that.
We gotta make. You gotta get a
round one.
6 around one. Literally the 6 around the one. The 6 around the one. I got this tattooed on me off of like me making the connection to source. Like I asked my higher self, like, what does source look like? In order for me to be able to be here right now today, I went within myself and was like, what if I'm gonna walk this spiritual walk, if I'm gonna be in this spiritual community, if I'm gonna be around, I need to know what I'm working with.
That's the Pronoia logo. That is also, yes, the seed of life. That is the Pronoia Starseed logo. If you go back and look, hey Diana, girl.
I'm about to say, hold on, hey boo.
If you go back and look, even from day one, that has been our logo. So that is so crazy. That's on your hand. It's the number 6. It deals with the seed of life.
No, I literally felt summoned. I felt summoned.
Yo, see, look at that. That's so crazy.
I've also got
that book I was talking to you about, Mr. Westbrook's, the one Quadrivium.
Oh yes, the Quadrivium. Yeah.
It breaks down the numbers. It breaks down all the numbers and the vibration of the numbers. And
listen, you better, you better be taking that as a message that might be the book you bring on the
21st.
I
know.
Right.
I know. I love this book. Like it's really truly like a Bible of symbols and numbers and the meanings. And like it talks even about like instruments and how, the vibration of certain notes hit certain numbers, and it's beautiful. So yes.
What was you just talking about? What were you just talking about?
Yeah.
So look, Mr. Westbrook said, I'm gonna need your help, Goddess Ra, with some of these synchronicities. We was talking about, Mahatma not here, but I was gonna ask her about da. You understand? Like literally that
numerology. Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
The numbers.
Yeah,
Those are like,
and you mentioned that Pronoia logo. Now let's bring it on home.
Look, he's about to get in the bag. Check him out.
Rael about to get into a bag. I'm gonna tell her to bring it on home and connect it to the ancient Venus, because we know Venus rules the number 6.
That's right. And y'all know I love Venus, and Venus loves me because I'm a Pisces sun, which Venus is exalted in Pisces. I'm a Taurus rising, which Venus rules Taurus, and I'm a Libra moon, which Venus rules Libra. So Venus. I love Venus. That's right. And you know what? You're right, Adonis. Today is a creativity day. I can't wait to share with the Starseeds all the creative things I have created. We have a whole university of Pronoia. So I can't wait to share it with you guys. I've been working on it all day. Like, it was so crazy. I went to go to work today, and when I got there, I was at the wrong spot. So, it was divine though. It was divine. I didn't even get mad. I was like, oh, okay, that's what you want me to go home so I can handle my business. So I went home and just handled my business. And I promise you, what I have to show you guys is going to be, y'all going to be like, oh, you just been putting in the work. I've been putting in the work. Season 6 is definitely on the rise. And my solar return was the February the 23rd. And when they say that you go into your personal year on your birthday, I felt every part of that energy shift from the 7 to the 8. The abundance, the I could just see it. Like, it's just like I'm in my boss energy. Ain't nobody about to stop this energy. That fire horse, he put the flame under my ass. We are moving forward, Starseed. So if you are not tapped into Pronoia, I don't know what you're doing, but this season is about to be so good. Like, and look at this.
The 23rd. You said that, right? She said that out loud in front of people. And 2 and 3 is what?
5.
What we had today?
We on the 5th.
1, 2, 3, 4.
5.
5 of spades day.
Okay,
That's a 5 of spades day. Oh, wow.
Yup. And guess what? My card of the day for your birthday was the 5 of spades.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Check it out.
Yes.
Check it out.
I love it. I'm excited. I really am. And look at that. I'm definitely going to have, all the star seeds this season are going to be working together. Like, that's what the number 6 is all about, right? And I definitely want to make sure that we get in with Claudia. I didn't get to talk to her much yesterday because, again, the show, we were kind of short on time and Claudia was in and out. But I want to say that, like, I'm definitely going to do a show, and I didn't even talk to her yet, but we know what's going to happen. All the star seeds, I need to get the human design charts together. Then we need to do a show. All the star seeds, Nick, we on your ass, Nick. We on your ass. We do all the numerology together for the star. We at least need the life path numbers, some little breakdown for the star seeds. So because when I was out in America, when I was a part of the Matrix working, there was a book, and I want to share this one with you. And I think it really definitely inspired me a lot when I started working within my own business. It's Strength Finder 2.0. And I always talk about this book because this was one of the only things I feel like working in the government actually provided me something spiritual was this book. Because to me, it was so weird because I was like, nah, I don't want y'all knowing all my business. But I seen how they were using it. So they had all of us, the managers, we all took this Strength Finder. They bought it. They paid for it. They sent us out the book. They were like, take this quiz in the back of the book. And when you're done, print out your printout. And it has your top, I think it's your 6 to 10 strengths. And post them. They wanted it like where they can see it, right? And it was like, so they can use you. They know how to use you best. Yeah. Like, you know what? Yeah. You know, she's not a people person. Let's put her back there. You know, and me, I'm a people person. So they, you know, all of my shit was woo-woo. And when you at work, you're like, oh, I don't want interconnectedness. I want an organization, right? So I'm sitting there thinking, look, I'm looking at everybody's Strength Finder, and I'm like, damn, everybody's thing is like so like organized and, you know, just all the stuff that they want at work. And then mine is like, you know, interconnectedness and individualization and all of these different, and they like, and so, but no, I worked in human resources, and guess what? Nobody would go to the organized person or this person. They went to the person who could see the interconnectedness of us. When they walked in the room, they felt that energy. So I realized, and the thing I love about this book is it talks about your strengths. It doesn't focus on, let's focus on our weaknesses and build on our weaknesses. No, it's like, what are your strengths? Okay, now you know your strengths. Let's work on those. And so for the star seeds, I feel like that's what we all can offer, is to see we can learn a little bit more about each other by just visiting each other's platforms. So us going over there when Nick is doing numerology and him breaking us down, and now we know this little piece, and this is a part of our own puzzle. That's why I say I am very spoiled, because I get to sit in on every single show. I don't miss a show, so I get all the information. Y'all think everything is not a channel. You know, I do channel Divine, but everything is not a channel. Divine uses the Starseeds as my teachers. When I put up this Starseed University, I think of it this season as the re-education of Goddess Rael, but I'm being re-educated by master teachers around me. And I know you guys don't see yourselves as master teachers, but you are. You are. You have been doing this for so long. You have mastered the art of it's not even allowing, it's accepting or believing or knowing what you are. You know what I'm saying? When you speak from what you know. And it's like, because of that, I trust your teachings. And so I'm being re-educated every time I come to my platform. Whenever I'm sitting in the Rose Corner, I'm learning. Whenever I'm sitting in on Mass Metaphysician, I am learning. When I'm sitting in on the Story Alchemist, I am learning how to write my story, who I am numerologically. You know, the Rose Corner could teach me about my cardiology, could teach me, a lot. I'm not gonna even lie. Whenever I talk to Adonis, I get chills. Like, I'm not lying. I feel like on some other dimension, Like we are one. Like for real. That's my little brother. But like for real, it's so weird how he be in my head. I'd be like, get the hell out of my head. But it's
what
like,
I said earlier. I was like, we could have had more Adonis tonight. You understand what I'm
yes.
saying?
So he really be in my head.
Look,
like, he knows what I mean. He be in my head. Like I'll say something, he'd be like, yeah, because and then he oh my God, he starts chanting, and then I'll be like, oh my God.
Don't you gotta be interconnected to do that? Don't you gotta be interconnected to do that?
Yes, that's right.
It reveals two things, right?
That's right.
One, it means that you answered all of those questions correctly, and everybody else gave some politically correct BS. I don't want to reveal myself type of answer. This is why they always in the organization, and nobody want to talk to fake people. So all that meant was that, right? And you at where you supposed to be, no matter where you at. That's all that means. You can't even hide it from yourself.
No.
You understand what I'm saying?
And I stuck out like a sore thumb. Like I've always stuck out like a sore thumb. But when I started this book is such it was a tool for me to understand that like our strengths are our gifts, you know, and we are always trying to beef up our weaknesses. Like, oh, I got to get better at this and that. No, fuck that. I don't have time for all of that. You know, if I was supposed to be good at it, I would have been good at that. I'm not good at that, but this is what I am good at. And this is what I can do. And just working on that, like alone, will make us just better people. Like it's always when we focus on our lack, it's when we start looking at what other people are doing, you know? And again, I was looking at other people. I was like, damn, I want to be the organizer. I want to be the one that people can count on, but no, I don't. I really don't. I want to be me. I want to be interconnectedness. I want to be individualization. I want to be the
individual. That's so beautiful.
Otherwise it doesn't work, right? Otherwise it doesn't work. So what the personality test that they designed reveals is on their level, like you said, how to use people, but you don't have an organization of people if you don't know how to play up people's strengths and turn their weaknesses into strength. You won't have a strong space in regards to longevity. So they have to find a way to identify what your strengths so they can best suit you in a particular role. But that's not the end all be all. That's the beginning. That's the beginning. So where is added value? Where do you deal with tangibles versus intangible value? You see what I'm saying? So the value of knowing this particular information helps you tangibly and intangibly. You see what I'm saying? So now your interconnectedness, it oozes from your being. So whether you try to give a little bit or a lot, it's still out there. It's going to come from you regardless. So now how do we put these other robots together? Because they're going to do whatever we tell them, but we need them to do it at the most optimal level. When they feel like they're connected, that's when they do it at the optimal level. So I'm a part of something. I'm a part of this organization. I'm a part of this family. I'm a part of this, blah, blah, blah. Now people are going above and beyond. They're exceeding whatever the expectations are based off of that. And they don't have that without you, right? You look in the ancient pantheon, all of the builders of that were the gods came to earth, and it was like, what does Oshun do? She don't do nothing. We send her up out of there.
Don't even
you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
They said send her up out of there, right?
And everything died.
And they building, and they think of, by their works that's enough, right? But that divine essence, they didn't see the tangible nor the intangible. You see what I'm saying? And these are the gods, right? So now, when love is back reintroduced, that interconnectedness, right? The interconnectedness in the space when it's true, in its truest form, not manipulation. Manipulation might look like love, but it ain't love. It's a masquerade. You understand what I'm saying? So that other part of it, when it gets inserted, right? When it gets inserted now, it's bringing the best out of you because you're doing it from your deepest core, your deepest essence, like the essence that created and permeated the universe. You see what I'm saying? In all of your being, in its totality. That's what love is in that way. So people try to bottle it up and put it and say, oh, this is that, this and that. Like the universe doesn't exist without her. You understand? So that becomes that other space where it becomes a deeper modality. So now if I'm out there working, I'm working for the people that I love. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna go a little harder, and I'm going to find ways to make this better now because I'm out there with that spirit of love in my heart, mind space. You know what I mean? So it's putting that interconnectedness together. I'm connected to my fellow man. I'm connected to my fellow woman. I'm connected to the child. You see what I'm saying? All of that connectedness. And if it's devoid of it, there's a disconnect where things go defunct. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, you might be like, oh, this dude, he shot up everybody because he loved everybody. Nah, it's because he didn't love everybody. There was a disconnect. You understand what I'm saying? So he no longer felt the love that he was used to feeling love, and now all of a sudden he went defunct in regards to that. That's it. You see what I'm saying?
So that's funny because that's the page. There's only one page that is bent in this book. As you just wait a minute, it's one page bent, and it's the one I was like, "What is this?" While you're talking, I'm looking, and it says connectedness. Yes. And that was and I had a bunch of strengths, all of them woo woo, but this was the one that like stuck out to me, and that's funny that this is the page. And
it's a reminder. Yeah, it's a reminder
for a reason. And you are sure of it. You are sure of it because in your soul, you knew that you were all connected. Absolutely.
Yes.
And I was born that way. I always knew that we were all connected, but my problem was thinking that we were all alike. See, people were getting it twisted. Just because we all connected does not mean we are all alike. Connected does not mean the same. And
that's impossible.
I'm trying to make very clear.
Yeah, that's a universal impossibility. You see what I'm saying? No two raindrops are alike. They're both raindrops. No two snowflakes are alike. Absolutely. No two cells in your body are alike. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how many cells are in your body? So when we go back to that, what happens is we get subjected, right? And that's where story alchemy comes in, right? So I'm thanking you, Goddess Rael, for that recognition, and honest to you and honest to spirit for that, because it assigns a proper value to one of the things I provide. So in regards to that, your story, right? So if somebody gave you a false story and you said it's true, it becomes true. Somebody gave you a false story. Oh, we the cursed people. You understand? Like if you go on under that, like that's where you start moving. So you see people move and they're activated by that. Oh, we the chosen people. They're operating and moving on to that. You understand what I'm saying? So in essence, you have to find your story as an individual, and then your family story. Once you find your story as a family, you'll really find your individual story. But if you got to do it in reverse osmosis, you find your story, right? Based off all of the tools that all of the starseeds to give you that help you find you. And then now, where's your interconnectedness, right? You see what I'm saying? Goddess Rael hit us with the grand unifier. Where's your interconnectedness within yourself? Now within your family dynamic. So now your family dynamic is like, oh, we're interconnected based off of my purpose. My purpose isn't mine alone. My purpose is my great grand auntie's purpose. The work that she couldn't finish while she was here in the physical. Oh, you understand what I'm saying? So now we're working in tandem. So now let me go find out everything that I can find out about my great grand auntie, and let me call her by her name. Let me stop giving credence and old and be like, all these things I pray in blah blah blah's name. Now let me just call auntie. Auntie, what up? How you doing? Blah blah blah. I never met you. I'd like to know about you. Can you help me guide you to you? Now that's the story. Oh, my great auntie was blah, 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 and this, and this is what she did, this is how she moved. What did she like? What did she like to eat? Oh, let me go get that from the store. Let me cook this up for auntie. Me and auntie, you understand? Me and auntie got a bond and establishing a connection and a covenant. So now, with this purpose, all of a sudden, the thing that I'm here to do becomes easier and easier and easier now. It used to be a challenge to try to do this thing. You see what I'm saying? I love to do it, but it was a challenge. So now all of a sudden I got a conduit with great auntie, and us, we become one. When you see me, you see her now. You understand? So now I could go be about great auntie's work to the world. So now it becomes something that I'm moving with based off of that story. So the closer I get to the character development, so to speak, in the story, the more akin. It's like, all right, everybody who has that energy, it looks like it's a personal story, but they be like, I love how you be talking about your great auntie. My great auntie was da 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 da, da and I relate to you. And oh, really? So now you got a unified field and force to this thing that was personal to you, the story that was personal to you, to everybody who got that story and purpose. Now it's amplified on everybody's level. That's why they be having vision board parties and all that. So imagine if the religious organizations, as they once were institutions where Mr. Westbrook's come and say, I got this determined idea. We got 200 people here. 200 people are thinking positively and righteously of ways to help Mr. Westbrook with his idea. Why he not going to come back there? Why he not going to bring somebody else there? You understand what I'm saying? Now it's 20,000 people concentrating and focusing on everybody's idea or whatever they striving to get accomplished every time we meet together. I got that energy. I got that spark. I got that interconnectedness in regards to what that is. You know what I'm saying? So it works like that, but it also works as like, oh, here comes Mr. Westbrook. You know what I'm saying? And that spread to somebody else and somebody else and somebody else and somebody else. Now you got 200 people hating on what you're doing, evil eyeing what you're doing, trying to sabotage what you're doing instead of saying, yo, how you do what you do? Can you teach me? I want to learn. You know, I ain't go up in the best environment where people are loving and caring and kind, and you loving and caring and kind, and I see it flow through in your ideas. Can you help me out? Can I come sit with you? Can I learn? Can I be an apprentice? You understand what I'm saying? They ain't doing none of that. They'd rather be like, yo, he think he all that. And then somebody else, and if he's to somebody else and somebody else and somebody else, wherever they at, or she thinks she all that. You know what I'm saying? Like it works like that both ways. So with the story alchemy is you recognize both of those characters, but you decide which aspect in yourself is, you know, you're gonna feed. Are you gonna feed that? I'm looking to see who hating on me today, so I'm gonna wear this suit or I'm gonna wear this dress. I know them I'm gonna be hating as soon as I hit the door. You understand what I'm saying? You living off of that, or you operating in the spirit of love where they can't even see you. They can't even see you. Like if they hate you, they can't even see you. They can't even resonate. So they're gonna internalize that hate on themselves. I wouldn't have worn no dress like that, no doubt. Oh, look how that suit look. Like it just goes back into them because it feeds those somatic cells that exist within them. You know, once you recognize and realize what your story is and who those characters are, you ain't walking around trying to be affirmed and you know, going from an NPC to, you know, a character, and you're trying to get the main character syndrome in somebody else's story. All of those things for you to, you know, kind of explore and look at. But that interconnected tool is what turns school from subjects to transformation. We're not in a classroom where it's like, oh, I learned math. Math is 7th period. Why they talking about math in science class? And why they talking about math in gym class and all that? Like, what's that connection? Oh, what am I learning this foreign language for? I ain't never gonna use this shit in real life and blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. Like, so you get tormented versus you being acclimated to how this will help you on your journey. You know what I'm saying? I was in 7th grade. I was in this German class. I was like, I ain't never leaving North. What I'm learning German for? I went into the military, and after I left upstate New York, Fort Drum, the first place I went overseas was where? Germany. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, if we are acculturating these young minds in regards to what their journey is and what it is, now you can see in places with these tools that we have ancestrally to be able to tell people, look, you might end up in this place. So it's a strong possibility this. Oh, based off your cardology, this is a place where you might want to go live. So now, if they're young, they can prepare for that. You see what I'm saying? So it ain't like, oh, when they're 18, they got to get the F out of here. They ain't got to go home, but they got to get the F up out of here. We're not in these positions anymore. We're in a position to where our babies from newborns, we done did divination. We done did their cardology. We done did all the numerics. We done did everything that's there in regards to what it is, so we can set them up as proper guides. So now, how they gonna be looking at us now? Like, I don't care what y'all said about y'all parents, but my parents, my uncle, my aunties, my brother, my sister, all of that, they was there. So they're walking around with that schema, with that story, with that in regards to what it is versus walking around here blind and aimless and trauma bonding with folks and calling that shit love. So.
Indeed. Yeah,
Drop a bomb on that.
Go ahead. Yeah, you gotta give bomb. I know you're the custodian, but you gotta drop a bomb for yourself. Now listen though, that you know what you mentioned about what direction you take that energy for that story alchemy brings up another synchronicity. A quote that came into my Thursday newsletter that I get to my email. I'm going to read this to you. It says, the negative examples always spread farther and faster than the positive examples. In a world this big, you'll find at least one negative example every day. Don't let the existence of a bad example ruin your faith in the world. Good news is always quieter than bad news. Good behavior rarely stirs the pot or ignites emotion. But no matter, we need role models all the same. Continue living the best way you know how. You know,
role models, the 6 lines, 6 in the building. Yeah.
Yup, that's what we bring in.
That role model word, I was like 6'2", 6'2".
Yeah.
I'm gonna just challenge one part of it, so we don't take all of it in the way we're supposed to. Good news and bad news spreads the same, with the same intensity and the same polarity. How to receive though depends on who the intended recipients are. That's the difference. That's it. The little spirit of discernment in between, because you could take something that's bad news and it's good news, and then something that's good news is bad news, and you internalize it as such. So how it's interpreted by the intended receiver, you know what I'm saying? So they work in the same polarity. They're two, halves of the same whole. They're not even twins in that regard. They exist in the same capacity. You know what I'm saying? So they'd be like, good news spreads faster than bad news becomes a competition. You see what I'm saying? And you're introducing competition where there is no competition. That bad news could save your life, and the good news could have you in a trick bag. You know what I'm saying? So you feel like, oh, this is the good news, right? Yeah, they hung folks from trees based off of the good news. You see what I'm saying? And the bad news is like, fight those who fight with you. That's bad news. But then all of a sudden, it's good news for you. It's bad news for them. So it becomes interpreted.
And that goes. This is interesting because yesterday, as I was preparing for our podcast, it goes. I was downloading this, and there's a sacred art to practices and to the sciences, to everything, and there's a honor within the art that needs to be upheld, that needs to be remembered, that needs to be valued on a deeper level, and like. I got a compass, and I was like, I'm going to draw this circle myself because of the awareness of how these technological devices have been impacting our biofields. And in drawing this, I started like just going in with the circle, and then like I split it in half because what I saw in my mind's eye was my birth chart being folded on itself and all of my different aspects like conjuncting, because if this whole circle is like it's 360 degrees, and the goal is to be able to go from your south node to your north node, right? To be able to walk that path, to be able to walk that bridge upward, recognizing that it's still the same. Like it's still the same like hemisphere, and recognize in the recognition of the numbers, right? The hemi is already being split into two, but in the two there was already the one. And this is where it was such a beautiful confirmation for the astrological alignment, because instead of like drawing like circles, I drew a kite and a diamond. And we actually have a kite in the sky astrologically, with Saturn and Neptune and Aries opposing all of it, because there's so much happening. So but in the download, right, it was a revelation about how the perception of good and bad, of dualism, is being dissolved, and how all of it is essentially illusionary, because people will misidentify or over-identify certain topics, concepts, theologies, or wisdoms based off of a given perception. And there's always a matter of expansion, and also being able to take oneself out of a particular perspective as well, to be able to see thyself in those different situations, and then to see how it ripples in different waves. And this goes back into the collective energy, where we are like Pronoia was saying, like we're in the individualism energy. We're all moving forward as a collective and energy of individualism, and it comes with an aspect of selfishness. But I love my selfishness, because when I need to take a nap, I'm going to take a nap, and I can care less about anybody else who doesn't want or respect my nap. And it just has to be that way sometimes, in order for people to know that I got boundaries, they're respected. And like respecting our own boundaries, learning to honor our own worth within our individualism, is something that's emerging, because we're still coming up in our tribal circuitry, and we're still coming up in the communal collective circuitry. And this is just different branches of our design. But as well as when you like look at the root of it all comes from the source. It all comes from the one wrapped in the middle, and being able to see, thank you, Spirit, the layers or waves. What I'm seeing right now is like a circle, and then another circle, and then another circle. So like how the layers, like the onion I was talking about yesterday, and even in the yin yang, it gets breaking down into the feminine and the masculine, and then the trigrams, and then the hexagrams. And from these from the one, we can expand as much as we divide, and in our division we multiply. And it's the beauty of synthesizing all of that we are in different ways and ways.
Look, I was over here yapping. I don't want no smoke. But Goddess Rael. Okay, so let me play this video, because you know what I'm saying. She went from Goddess Rael to Rod Turner real quick. Like, all right, fam, I ain't gonna be here with you all night. Okay, I ain't gonna be here with you all night. So I want to make sure she get her beauty rest. You understand what I'm saying? And do what she needs to do. And I'm gonna do what I need to do. You understand what I'm saying? These my hours. So I'll be thinking everybody got my hour. All right. We ain't the same. Right. Back to that lesson we was talking about. So let me play this from Ptah, okay, and then we're gonna get some final remarks and get up out of here. So I don't get popped in the forehead. You know what I'm saying? Guys, don't be playing.
Yo, what's good, tribe? What's good, Starseeds? This is Sun Chaser, aka Ptah, just coming through to say what's up. Give you a little idea of what I'm trying to bring to the table this season. I think it's season 6 of Pronoia Starseed, and yo, I'm excited about it. I'm definitely excited about it. This stuff be getting me geeked up for sure. I definitely have been in meditation about some things that I wanted to bring to the table and to share with you all, so it's going to be an exciting season. Definitely going to be breaking down some of the Bible during our time in Temple Talks, talking about the correspondences between our temple and the scripture and what it has to say about that, and also probably going to dive into some other books other than the Bible. The Bible is definitely one of my favorite ones to break down, but there's also other books that I feel like I've been able to come across and be able to read that would provide some good insight this season on Temple Talks. But shout out to Roxy for putting us all together and putting us all together. She's definitely been a good sister to me over the last 3 or 4 years. We definitely been through the ups and downs in life and always kept contact, so I appreciate it. And to be able to also be in connection with the community that she has created here, and I'm just excited about it. Definitely sharing is one of my favorite things, so I'm stoked. Also want to give a shout out to Knowledge Born, Allah, and Mahatma. Looking forward to connecting with you guys and every Starseed on here. It's been a long time since I've been able to get on like a little group collaborative show with the Starseeds on the podcast. Definitely look forward to that, sharing knowledge and building with each other. It's definitely going to be a good season. But yeah, I don't want to give too much away, you know what I mean? I don't want to give too much away, but I definitely want to, build excitement over this season, because, we always getting downloads to share. We always putting in that work at our craft, and it's a pleasure for me, and I'm sure for everyone that has something to bring to the table here on Pronoia Starseed is excited about sharing, because that's what we love to do. So March 21st, season 6, Temple Talks. Definitely looking forward to it. March 21st is definitely one of those special days. It's kind of like cool that it's on March 21st that day was open, because obviously I'm the sun chaser, so that's when we start coming into the spring equinox, and it's also my birthday month, so it's very March is a special month. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that and to the other episodes to come. So yeah, be in anticipation of some good stuff coming this season. All right, everybody. Much love. Peace. Peace.
I'm talking about. Okay.
Shout out
Talk.
to
Okay.
Simple Talks. Yes, I'm excited. I really am. That's one of my favorite shows to be on, to sit there and be able to just delve into the information, because growing up, again, I grew up in the church. I had a lot of questions, and a lot of stuff just wasn't adding up, and you couldn't ask those kind of questions to the preacher man. You'd be sitting somewhere being told, you don't question God. You don't question God. Like, well, I'm not questioning God. I'm questioning this Bible here. So I just
yo it
flat right now. But they ain't want to do that. So I gotta go in and Simple Talks. And like I said, Pronoia is like its own church. We get to express ourselves. You can ask anything you want to ask. There is no blasphemy in asking questions. The blasphemy is not asking the questions. For real, you really are just going against your own self. If you gotta look, what's the song go? If you're looking for the answers, then you gotta ask the questions. And that's the truth. What you seek is seeking you, but you got to start seeking first. It's like you have to initiate. God is there for you, but God will not open the door for you. You have to open the door to let God in. So, shout out to Patah. I'm so excited for this. And before we wrap up, I do want to go through the lineup for this season for March, because it's about to be on and popping. I don't even think I got enough water to go through this whole calendar. But
I have to go get some.
It's about to go out. Everybody's like, yo, you doing all of that? Like, shout out to you for having all that organized. I'm like, listen, when divine.
Well, I'll give you a chance to give you some water. I'll play a little song real quick.
Okay,
Yeah, get it together. Okay. I want to make sure we take a little tea break. All right, we good to go. We'll be right back.
Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand.
I can't explain the way these crown loads they come to me. Morning meditation, Psalm 91 and 23. Water in my money tree, manifest abundantly. On a mission, running free, everything they wanna be. In summary, there's been a shift within the earth sphere. So now people hear my messages and words clear. Still shining, the illest with the brilliant timing. The gold mine who had to go find the silver lining.
Ain't nothing new underneath the sun. I be going through it too, you ain't the only one. Don't take none of this life personal, cause we all got some lessons that we working through. Ain't nothing new underneath the sun. I be going through it too, you ain't the only one. Don't take none of this life personal, it's just the lessons that we working through. So why you tripping, huh? Why you mad, son? Had some good days and some bad ones. Might win some, might lose some. That's just the way it goes, life 101. Why you tripping, huh? Why you mad, son? Had some good days and some bad ones. That's just the way it goes, life 101. Yeah, life gon' be life until your day's done.
Never will you see a thief return a treasure stolen. No need to lock away your heart if it was never open. Truth heals the spirit and it's better spoken. Most never heal, they remain forever broken. I protect over my cells like a prison guard. True and living star, pay the price to get these wisdom bars. Listen hard, I was cut out of a different cloth. Turn your light up on these hoes and never switch it off. The queen's a winner, moving like a seasoned ninja. I'm even tempered, never beefing like a vegan dinner. I found peace within my inner, that's a sweet surrender. Don't relive your lessons twice like repeat offenders. They'd rather see me decompose like leaves in the winter. Want me to undermine my shine and decrease my shimmer. While they competing in subliminal battles, I'm only fighting hidden parts of my invisible shadow. Cause I learned that people never want the bitter truth, just the sweetness. But you need both the light and dark to reach completeness. Goddamn, people throw rocks and hide their hands. Vindicate the wolves and they silence in the lambs. Fight to keep your soul purer than a sacred virgin. Even if you die and rebirth into your latest version, your fate is determined by how you shake the weight of burdens. You gotta save yourself, become your own favorite person.
Ain't nothing new underneath the sun. I be going through it too, you ain't the only one. Don't take none of this life personal, cause we all got some lessons that we working through. Ain't nothing new underneath the sun. I be going through it too, you ain't the only one. Don't take none of this life personal, it's just the lessons that we working through. So why you tripping, huh? Why you mad, son? Had some good days and some bad ones. You might win some, might lose some. That's just the way it goes, life 101. Why you tripping, huh? Why you mad, son? Had some good days and some bad ones. That's just the way it goes, life 101. Yeah, life gon' be life until your day's done.
One life, 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 a life, one life, one life, a life, one life, one life, life, one life, life,
Yeah, I was inspired. You know what I'm saying? I was feeling a little inspired. Hey, Y'all know. Well, first of all, We're gonna have to get her over there for the Pronoia music show. That's when we're gonna have a whole month of music on Pronoia, y'all know, to celebrate. So I love music over there. Again, music to me is so soothing when you're going through whatever. You could be in love and the music be good, or you could be in hurt and let the music be good. You can be in chill mode and the music is good. You be ready to fight somebody, the music is good. Music is good. Okay, music is just good. So shout out to Pronoia Starseed Podcast for having the dope music over there. And we need to go ahead and get some more because I love this music that Knowledge be playing over here. So shout out to the Crown Loads.
Crown Loads. Look, I play who I love. You know what I'm saying? And I see the glasses come on. I said, oh yeah, okay, all right.
Hey, I had to get into the vibe. And I had to
Adonis slid them on us too. You know what I'm saying? I said, Adonis got the glasses on.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I got glasses, and I don't got glasses. As close as we can get.
Before you give us a schedule, you said something about master teachers earlier, and I speak on behalf of the collective over here, the Starseed Collective. You are the Starseed Mother, the Starseed Gatherer, and the Starseed Whisperer, who has been masterly ordained by divine. Okay? Otherwise, we wouldn't be all here connected. We might be here separate, but we are here together as a Starseed Collective of masterminds with our mastermind, but you are the divine mastermind that conspired in our favor. So you became the universe that conspired in our favor to bring us all together. Okay? Not together, together. You understand what I'm saying? So, yes.
Well, thank you. Yeah. I appreciate that. Yes, divine conspired. I listen. I follow. Listen. I listen. If I don't do nothing else, I listen to God. Okay. So divine told me do this, I do this. And divine told me to bring the star seeds together. And listen, it was not easy. I tell y'all, I'm not playing. I'm very vulnerable. I'm very transparent with you guys. It is not easy for me to even let people into my circle. Okay. So to even just hear divine say, yes, you're supposed to expand, when all I wanted to do was shut everything the fuck down. I am a 6'2". I go in hermit mode with the quickness. Yeah, you want me to be a role model? That's the conscious. The subconscious says, let's go and hide out. Okay. So the 2 in me was like, you want me to do what? Expand. You mean trust
a 6'2"? What she said?
Platform. You mean allow others on?
That means role model hermit. That means
yes,
I just want her to know that there's no coincidence, right? Anybody else that would have tried this would have failed this. Okay, only you. You said you were 6 what?
A 6'2", and what's 6 plus 2? 8, and that's my life path number. So I am a 6'2", and I am an 8.
I was born in the 6th month on the 2nd day.
What? Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
You done been to my God Day celebrations now, okay? Don't act like you've been around. You've been around. So I was born on the 6th month on the 2nd day, right? So, yeah.
Oh, that's my Neptune.
Oh, wow, look at there.
There it goes.
Yeah. So I think you're a 2 of spades.
Oh, look at there. And I'm a 2 of diamonds.
The 2s. Shout out.
And Nick, I told him I keep seeing 623. Nick's born at 623. And isn't that crazy? The time. I mean, I see, his birth time. And I see that time I cannot miss it. And when I looked it up, it means Holy Spirit, which we know that is the divine feminine, who is, because you got the mother, you got the Father, the Son, and then you got the Holy Spirit. Well, that's the mother. So we keep seeing, I keep seeing the 623, and it was so funny because I was like, Nick, I keep seeing this number. He was looking like, oh, really? Because that's my birth time.
I was born at 10 o'clock. So the 10-year cycle, I know. Okay. I was born at 10 o'clock. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So, that's how it works. I'm telling you.
The numbers be numbering. And then Nick, you was talking about like your soul urge. I think so. All of my hidden numbers, right? All of my hidden numbers are master numbers. All of my hidden numbers are master. They're 22s, 11s, and 33s. All of my hidden numbers are master numbers. So I'll definitely want to talk to you about that this season, because that was something that I wanted to get into, was those you know, the numbers that people don't talk about. We talk about the life path, but we don't talk about the urge or the soul's desire or the cornerstone or you know, different numbers. So I would love to get into that. But I did know
we're getting into it.
Yeah, for sure.
We getting into it. You ain't got to worry about that. It's already in the itinerary.
That's right.
Y'all heard Ty Phoenix on his, spitting. Salute to the God Ty Phoenix.
Shout out to Ty Phoenix.
Yeah, peace.
She's so many things, right? She's so many things. And one of those things is, she's an artist, right? But she's also a master astrologist. She doesn't only rhyme, she sings. She's a classical pianist, and she's also a producer. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like there's so many facets and aspects. And while the song was playing, I was like, I need to link her up with God Israel. You understand? Like I need to link her up. It's time, right? I said it's time before we even came back, and I was like, oh, I got to link you. I was about to say it, and he was like, we need to get her for. I'm like, I don't need to sing. Yeah, we in Pisces season. I can say it telepathically. You're gonna pick up.
You already know it.
Like
I don't know why people be playing with me. That mind be so. I'd be like, oh yeah, what you thinking about? They'd be like, yo, I'm gonna leave now because I was just actually thinking what you just said. I'm like, I know, I can't help it. I be tapping in and as we shift. As we shift into this energy, it becomes stronger. I don't even like being out in the grocery stores. I be hearing people's thoughts and shit. I be like, look, I don't even want to hear all that. People got a lot going on in their minds during the day. That's all I can say. Mm-hmm. But I had to put the glasses on because when I went to the calendar, it was so bright from all these numbers that was just glowing in my face. So I had to, deflect all of the energy. But I do want to run through the calendar real quick, just in case you guys want to tap in. Of course, I'm going to put out a calendar for this season. I'm probably gonna do that tomorrow. And but we got a lot going on. I'm not gonna lie, starting on the 10th, after that, we're gonna hit the road running. So on the 10th is the premiere. It is the premiere of Pronoia Starseed Podcast Season 6. That's right. We kicking it off with a transformation 2 days. Oh my God. Tuesdays. And the reason I said it like that because the
11:44 for the master number alignment. So that was
I saw that.
That was
Yeah. So Tuesday is going to be new frequency. Who this? That's right. We're starting off the show with the new frequency. What happens when you get the upload and now the programming doesn't work with you anymore? So we're going to talk about that on Transformation Tuesdays. All right. So that starts on the 10th. On the 12th is my mother's solar return. Shout out to Karen Denise. Shout out to her. So I will definitely probably be running a whole music show. So if you're interested in tapping in some dope music, tap in on the 12th. Bang! On the 14th, the math metaphysician is in the building. That's right. He is back for season 6. We're getting into the numbers. We're breaking down the Pronoia. We're breaking down the star seeds. We're breaking down the numbers. So make sure you tap in for that. On the 14th, out to Mr. Westbrooks. All right. On the 16th, Smart Video Girl, the self-mastery guru, is in the building. That's right. On the 15th, we have another show, so make sure you put that on your calendar. She's going to teach you how to tap into yourself. She is of the mind. So if you are a mind person, maybe you're not too much into the spirituality yet, she will teach you. She will help you to merge the two, the mind and the spirit, because I'm telling you, you need them all, the mind, the body, and the spirit, okay? All right, so next up, on the 19th, Knowledge Born Allah is in the building. That's right, our story alchemist will be in the building for the first time as a story alchemist, season 6 premiere. Yay, shout out to Knowledge, who will be teaching us how to write our own stories, how to tell our own stories, and how to stand in our own power. All right. Let's see. All right. Don't be doing that to me, calendar. Okay. All right. On the 21st, we went from the 19th. You see, ain't no stopping. See, I had to get, ain't no stopping. On the 21st, the Sun Chaser is in the building. Temple Talks is back with Patah. That's right. We don't know what we're going to get into. I'm telling you right now, Patah do not give me no heads up. He's a Pisces. I'm a Pisces. So we just flow We just flow with it, okay? So we will be in the building on the 21st with Patah, Temple Talks. Also, earlier that day, around 2-ish, you know what I'm saying, 2:30-ish, I'll be in the building with Mr. Westbrooks and Mama Rue for the Unread Podcast. That's right. Yes, you see those books over there? That's right. You hit the library, you're going to be talking books. I have to go ahead and bring that quadrivium. So if you want to get deeper into this book right here, go ahead and tap it. I think I'm going to go ahead and make that offering right there. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So then, I ain't done, y'all. Oh, you thought I was finished. No, I'm not. All right. Hold up, thought I was finished. Hold up, wait a minute. Oh, okay. Human Design on the 23rd. Claudia is back. That's right. The OG Starseed. Claudia is in the building. That's right. She is here for Human Design. If you do not know your Human Design, pull up your charts right now. Get them ready. We're getting into it. Okay. This season is all about, we passed the elementary. We are now in middle school. We're getting ready to head into high school, then college. So get prepared. We're done with telling you, you should know if you were 6'2", you should know if you a projector. You should know if, if you're bitter that you ain't living in your Human Design, you should know these things by now. So if you ain't there, go back and check the old episodes. We not going back over that. We moving forward, okay? We in the 5-horse. Move forward. And we ain't even skipping a day on the 24th. That's right, 23, 24. On the 24th, Mahatma Starseed is in the building. That's right, our sound frequency healer who's going to teach us how to move our bodies so that our spirits can breathe. I love that. She will be, what was that sound right there now? The hell was that right there? That was okay. I like that a little better. All right. I know what the point. Okay. Mahatma Starseed is in the building on the 24th. All right. And then, all right. Let's take a little sip of the bloomy bloom. Hold on. Yes. That's right. My water brother. That's right. My cancer friend there. That's right. That's the T. Mr. King Adonis with the double N is in the building. That's right. He is in the building on the 27th. Rose Corner is officially open. You guys, I am so excited. Yes, I am. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm just excited, y'all. I'm just excited for this season. I really am. I would have started yesterday if I was, not obedient. However, I am obedient, so I will wait. Okay. All right. So Adonis is in the building on the 27th, and then we wrap up the month on the 31st with yet another Transformation Tuesdays with your girl, the goddess Rael. So make sure you're tapped in. We're going to be tapping into that Don't Slay My Dragon energy on the next Transformation Tuesdays, which is on the 31st. Also, I want to make a quick announcement. There will be a new show. That's right. Another freaking show. That's right. Y'all ready for it? That's right. Divine said there will be a Masters Mondays. So Masters Mondays, that's right. We'll be tapping into some of the master teachers. We'll be going and listening to some of the lectures and breaking them down on how we can use that information right now. That's right. Dr. Phil Valentine, Dr. Dilbert Blair. We're talking about Professor Griff. We're talking about Dr. Henry Clark.
Can I co-host? You know what I'm saying? Can I co-host a little bit? Can I get my masters on? Can I get, you know what I'm saying? Can I get all of them? See, can I be over there with you? You understand?
Okay.
I just want to be in the numbers.
We'll be inviting Starseeds to join.
When the Saints go marching in, let's go, please.
Yes, we'll be getting into the lectures. I will definitely be sending out invites for you guys to join and tap in on those Mondays when we get into it. I've always had the vision of having like for real, having like get your popcorn. You know how everybody be having the movies and all that. No, we sit down, we watch the lectures, and then we break them down. We see how we can really live in that. Is this resonating with me? Wow, why does this resonate so much with me versus what I've heard in the past? And why haven't I ever heard this before? Or why am I continually to hear the same information? Like, we're gonna get into it. And you know, one of my number one master teacher is Dr. Delbert Blair. He was the first one to open up my eyes when I started my journey outside of my own personal, like looking into books and stuff. When I started tapping into YouTube teachers, Dr. Delbert Blair was still alive with us, and he was the first one to really get me the understanding that, you know, the woman, the feminine energy, it actually is God, you know, divine. Everything came from the feminine first. You know, people always say, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Does not matter. It was feminine. Doesn't matter. That was the first energy. If you can just accept that, we can all get in line. You know what I'm saying? And I get it.
The funniest thing just came through. You said, which came first, the chicken or the egg? It was the witch.
It was the witch. That's which came first. Exactly. It's still feminine. See what I'm saying? Still feminine.
Hello.
I love that. Yes. That is hilarious. Adonis is hilarious. Make sure y'all tapping into Pronoia Starseed Podcast. I promise you, there will not be a dull moment. Okay. And again, we will be cross-pollinating this season. You will be seeing Starseeds on other Starseed shows. You'll be seeing us out in the audience, making sure we're supporting each other. You'll be seeing us all over the place. And hopefully, eventually, you'll start seeing us physically together, meeting up and making this thing happen. Because honestly, all this, you know, we're spread out like this because seeds have to be spread out. You know, seeds can't be all planted in one spot. You know, we're like individual universes. We can't, you know, our roots will overtake each other. We won't even grow to our fullest capacity without the space to grow. So we're spread out for a reason, but we definitely need to come together at this time. Again, that number 6, family, tribe, is that time. So tap into Pronoia Starseed Podcast, y'all. It is going to be a total vibe this season. I'm extremely excited. This is also the first season that we've had this much male energy. Oh my goodness. Like, you listen, God, you can look at me right now. I'm the only woman here, and I feel surrounded by the... I don't even know why the fuck I'm talking like that, but that's just the energy. Like, oh, geez. It's just like, oh, turn left, turn right. There's a man, there's a man, there's a man. And it's necessary. Again, the balance, you know, again, everybody thinks that Pronoia is all, you know, just the mother. And it is. The mother is the basis of the show. Again, it's the foundation. If there is no mother, there is no father. It's because it's the mother and the son always the mother and the son. So, but the son is necessary. Again, the son is necessary. So we have to bring balance. What you laughing at? What was the download?
You already know. We be speaking. It be the codes, it be the visions, and the nonstop flow, because it's everlasting vision. And earlier, I was shout out to Ascended Master. Why his name come through like that, and then I count. Anyway, the elder C. Freemason L. Thank you, Spirit.
C. Freeman L. Yeah.
Thank you, C. Freeman L. Because I'm seeing the Hermit card. Mm-hmm. The Hermit card, the Hierophant, which is Taurus energy, but the it's Virgo. It's so much astrology. But he was breaking down the Ma sun and the mother and the son, and like Spirit showed me the crescent moon with the star in it, and he was, you know, showing how that was associated to Cancer and the Ma sun energy, and the rose corner is founded on the mother and the son. And it's so beautiful how we're in the Venus aura right now over here on the Eastern Standard Coast, and Spirit has been preparing me for tomorrow, which is my Venus day personally, or collective Venus day. And the energy of tomorrow is the blue solar hand in the Mayan dream spell, which is about being able to navigate what people identify as an illusion, but is really keys to anchor in the remembrance and the synchronization of prophetic alignment. And in these prophetic alignments and transitions, Venus energy has been so significant. And as I was researching earlier today about the Chaldean order, because we honor the hours, the planetary hours, and they operate within the Chaldean order, and knowing how Venus is coming into Aries tomorrow. So where she's literally in her space of new beginnings, she's going to be aspecting Neptune. Venus is having those dreams, literally. She's having those dreams, and she's having those disillusionments and boundaries being put in place with Saturn, and literally all the personal planets coming into Aries are going to be making those Saturn Neptune aspects. So we're literally all getting new beginnings in our personal spaces. But tomorrow specifically, Venus, when I was searching the Venus energy, the Rosha, I was writing, searching, just off the dome with the different things that I know about Venus, and then I heard Rosicrucian. I was like, so there's a Rosicrucian whole order or lineage of astrology that I remembered on yesterday, today, pick your time, but it was essentially showing me how everything is written in the stars, and everything comes from the beauty and the value. And that's why I kept seeing the hermit, because it's in the remembrance of the goddess, the only goddess in the astrology wheel, that these different astrological connections have unfolded. So many miracles, so many miracles.
Yes. I love the synchronicities tonight. I do. Knowledge had mentioned the Oshuns, how they cast out Oshun, and not realizing like it's the same thing with the mother energy. It's like almost like they want to cast her out, but they know that they need her. And so they keep her at a distance, right? Just to feed on her energy, but not to acknowledge her or give her flowers, to even acknowledge
crazy.
Yeah, and
crazy.
And I feel it, but I feel like the string that they feel like they have her on is actually being pulled closer and closer and closer. So they think the string is almost like a prison, but it's really just a connection that she keeps to her planet. So then when she wants to come back, when she's coming back, she can.
You did that on purpose.
I felt that energy. That's so fucking crazy.
Oh my God. And it's new day. It's a new day. Ashe. Oh my God.
See, this is what happens when you start channeling at the same time. This shit is crazy. And why you gotta sit over top of each other like this knowledge? You really try to get the channel going.
That's how it works.
But no,
look, we left a power day, and we going into equality day. So we literally all on the same coast at the same time in the sixth energy that were prophesying, right in our history in advance this entire time. Look how it works. Yeah. We can't front. We can't fake it. So this is how the families are being converted. They're being converted back into family.
That's
because
right.
Somebody in the family says, "Oh, I had a dream about fishes. Which one of y'all pregnant? Oh, we in Pisces season. That's the fish." You understand what I'm saying? Like it works like that. So somebody had an ailment. Somebody has a remedy for the ailment. Somebody in the family, right?
Yeah.
So either Big Mama or somebody in the family, because all of the afflictions require a remedy, whether we seek them or we ignore them. Oh, something wrong with my car. Uncle such and such been working on car since he was 2. You understand? So that's the remedy in regards to the family. So once we do that, we go outside of our family to somebody else's family. And they'll be like, better get Mako. And you start thinking like, I need to go to Mako. Instead, I need to go to my uncle. My uncle was Mako. You understand what I'm saying? And I might bring, a little bit of this Jack Daniels over there, and he been to fix that car instead of, having to sell my kidney to pay for my car. You understand what I'm saying? Because Mako finna get you. You done messed up. You ain't gonna take your family. That's the part. You see what I'm saying? But if the relationships are strained and they looking at you strange and things get strange and weird and crazy based off of past trauma, you ain't gonna be thinking about your uncle, no matter how good he work on the car. So, in that regard, that could be a 6, but that 6 is equality, they're equal in all things. So, once we have the family right in that place, right and just, that's where righteous come from, right and just, we know who to go to, whether they're here or they're not here, whether they're here in the physical or here in the ancestral. So, we honor those present things in the gift of now. So, Adonis was just talking about right? And
that's so smooth.
He was talking about Dr. Delbert Blair, right? I was going to suggest C. Freeman now in the Pantheon, but he said it.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Like he said it. I don't have to say it. That this is the proof of the season that we're in. Telepathically, I thought it in my head. He said it out loud. You see what I'm saying? Dr. Delbert Blair passed away on the same. Well, he didn't pass away on the same day. Yeah, he did. He passed away on the same day as my mother's birth, January 31st. You understand what I'm saying? So that synchronicity in regards to what it is, and he was talking about mother. He was talking about black woman as God. You understand what I'm saying? You know, Dr. John Henry Clark also was one. You see what I'm saying? In that same sort of space. And I was thinking about C. Freeman. Now he came to me, and he came to Adonis at the same time. You understand?
Like, hey, I need to be on this master class. What's wrong with y'all? Put me on there.
Literally, like it worked. It worked just like that. You see what I'm saying?
And that's what that's the crazy, beautiful thing about this Monday Masters is that's where I'm starting off with these certain master teachers, but this is going to continue. I'm going to get suggestions from the Starseeds, and that's going to be the download. Those are going to be the teachers talking through you. Hey, I need to be acknowledged. Hey, I need to be seen. Hey, my message needs to be out. This is what, and I'm taking all suggestions. Anything less than 15, we're going to do 15 minutes or less, little segment.
Libations. You got to do it like how Bobby Hemming used to do it. The first 15 minutes of the lecture was Ashe, Ashe,
right.
Ashe,
right.
Ashe.
Yes, Ashe.
And Mawu was at all of those lectures. C. Freeman L was one of the people that that Bobby Hemming studied under and gave him a shot in 1995. You understand? After 20 years.
Before I was born.
20 years. You see what I'm saying? So in 1995, he got an opportunity. Him and Dr. Alim El-Bey were at the same place at the same time doing a lecture. You understand what I'm saying? Based off of the invitation of C. Freeman L. See what I'm saying? So C. Freeman L, Dr. Phil Valentine, and so many others are interconnected on so many levels. They just had different aspects on how they brought their information out. You see what I'm saying? So as above, so below, as within, so without. All of them had that cross. You see what I'm saying? So there are those who are living and those who have passed beyond the veil. You see what I'm saying? Ra'aku would be one of those other people. That's a living entity that's still here right now. You see what I'm saying? King Simon, you see what I'm saying, would be one of those people that's a living entity that's here right now. You see what I'm saying? So there's plenty of them in regards to folks that are here living right now. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, Mr. Westbrook, he can acquaint you with some of the other ones that he studied with and wrote with in regards to what it is and that are living right now. You see what I'm saying? So if Mama Ru ain't in the rotation, you understand what I'm saying? I don't know. You understand what I'm saying? Tell her to record herself and we could study her. You understand what I'm saying? Or snatch one of these recordings from her right out of the ethers, because she is definitely in the Pantheon, especially in the month of March. If this is the herstory story month, then she is to be a part of the Pantheon because she embodies all of those divine matriarchs from all time immemorial in regards to what it is and who it is and where reverence and honor should be in old and in deed. She is a mother indeed. You understand what I'm saying? She's a mother indeed, a sister indeed, and a warrior indeed, and a scholar indeed. You see what I'm saying? So we didn't get a chance to give it to like a Dr. Tarnetta Muhammad or, you know, Shahrazad Ali or any of those in that Pantheon. We get all of that in one in her. You know what I'm saying? We get all of that and more in her, you know, so
And I just want to also say that, like, when we get into master teachers, again, this is Pronoia. So my version of what a master teacher is not necessarily going to be always what everybody sees it as. And it's not a race thing for me. You know, it's not a race. I've learned from so many teachers. Edgar Casey is a master teacher for me. You know, there's so many, like there is a lot. So we're going to get into more than, you know, I listen to, what's her name? It's just escaped me right now, but I can see her. I can see her in my mind's eye. And there's many. There's living, there's their ancestors. But you know, when we hear the word master teacher, a lot of times we go back to just our master teachers, but there are teachers, again, spirit and soul has no color. And so when we talk about, like, even our star seeds are going to be expanding beyond just, you know, melanated people, because divine works through all of us in different ways, and we all can bring something different to the table. And I learned a lot from Edgar Casey. I really did, of his teachings, his downloads just recently. Like I was listening to Unread. Mama Rue brought some Edgar Casey to the Unread podcast, and it was crazy because I was already listening, and it was like a confirmation. And I went deeper down the rabbit hole. I started sending Mr. Westbrook's messages like, "Yeah, we need to talk about Edgar Casey," because I was like, "Oh," because I can resonate with the, you know, the energy of, you know, being.
Yeah, they don't control what they present. You see what I'm saying? So spirit uses who spirit uses, right?
That's right.
And this is why the Woman King resonated. They attempted to do some malarkey with the Woman King, but you could not be in Azania, misnomer as South Africa, amongst these people and seeing these people every day. Like there was days that they were going to shoot the film, and they said, "Oh, it's raining," and they did a dance, and the rain stopped. You understand? You couldn't be amongst those people and not through reverse osmosis, not absorb some of these things. And the things that they tried to hide in the film was the things that was revealed versus the things that they were trying to promote, and it was overshadowed by the same film. You see what I'm saying? So that Mawu Lisa that they were talking about, that's where Mawu Lisa temple come from. That divine feminine, divine masculine coming together as one. The Woman King, right? If folks didn't know, they know now. That was the reason. That's the motivation. Now, how crazy is that for it to be personified in the film around some folks that was supposed to be not like us, but they like us in that way? You see what I'm saying? So they gave an offering unbeknownst to themselves. And at the end, if y'all remember that movie, they were pouring libations back to, you know, King Adonis, right? They gave a libation to Breonna Taylor. And that was a thing that insulated and saved the movie. So we could see it and we could draw our own analysis. You understand what I'm saying? We could see it and look at it and draw our own analysis, because, you know, they came and took her life in the physical and thought that was going to be it. They was going to be able to cover it up. And they blew the lid off of everything. So they gave us the Woman King and thought that they could hide these polarities. And all it did was inspire the polarities even more, right? So because they poured that libation, it was a ripple effect that changed the world, right? It changed the world. So, you know, again, these stories in regards to what it is, no matter how they try to hide it or whatever skin color they want to match it at and put it out there, like, nah. The universe, right? Back to Pronoia, the universe is conspiring in your favor. So again, we got that hold.
For sure. So this season again, it's going to be so many different shows. It's going to be amazing. We will be going back into the Great Mother. We will be starting a new series, you know, a new episode of that. I do at least one show on the Great Mother every season. So this season will not be any different. We'll be getting into it. Bam. We'll be getting into the archetypes of the Great Mother. because it's a lot of misconstruedness of what the mother is. It's always supposed to be nurturing and caring, but sometimes mother is chaos and destruction, and we need to get into that. Yeah, getting downloads. See, he's getting downloads. It's getting downloads.
All right. I know. Spirit said Kali Man's present. I was gonna bring her.
Right. But, always. Oh my God. That's the energy.
So a part of the remembrance has invocation of light. Actually, okay. What I'm remembering in this present is how spells were casted from a time before men.
Mm-hmm.
She says that there were ancient. It's wow. Wow. What I just saw is like an embryo. It's the dragon's fly. It's the dream of the dragonfly, where we all come from that embryo or that space of water in the waters or in the wombs. And then metamorphosis is the word I want to use, but we see the transformation of how an embryo is awakened from the seed, from the internal. And it spreads wings. It spreads its wings to fly. Yes, Lord. Yes. This is me talking to the Most High, as well as me also like not trying to be doing too much, because there's like a whole angel like here. Yeah. And then also recognizing how the mother speaks, because they're awakening. They're royal. I know. These things are true. And it's levels. There's levels. So how the Lord speaks, how I've observed, is it speaks in parables, but it also speaks in waves. So like being able to discern and take what resonates as well, because she is source, and source is multifaceted, omnipresent.
Mm-hmm.
She says that we're showing many faces. The moon is very significant today, as well as the crystals that keep the mind clear. That may be a significance. Oh yes, because the 10 operating within the crystalline DNA structure, the Malkut, the sphere of the earth and rising above. Literally 64 is the point of initiation, and I'm pointing up. Yeah, Spirit wants my angel wings to be shown. That's why I switched. Okay, thank you. Yeah, there's a that goes back to the book. Perfect. I have a fleur de lis on my back. Venus is a representation of the Holy Spirit, the Holy Father, and the Holy Child. And in the book, it was speaking to excuse me. It was speaking to is the moon, LOL. Taurus. Anyway, Venus. It was speaking in tune with the color of Venus, and how Venus transit energy is moving into the red, and where the Holy Child before wasn't, according to the book that I was reading, it said that the Holy Child wasn't in the same like space as the Holy Father and the Holy Spirit. And to represent that energy, the energy is red. And red is the energy of the fire. We're in the fire horse energy. We're in then these 0 degree, long-term, never before seen energies, like and then as the rest of these bodies make their way into Aries, the color red is going to be very significant. And we also just came from out this blood moon, the color red, right? And red is often associated to power, but it's also in my spiritual philosophy, where we speak, oh God, thank you. We have to speak from the Zazovid. These are the primordial mothers. In the book, The Great Cosmic Mother, it has it's a green title. And they show the Naga, the serpents, the queens and the kings, the Andromeda. These are Syrian starseeds, Andromedans, Cassiopeians, way before Earth was even born in the womb of mine. And then there's also multidimensional paradigms where things like fractal off. Yo, spirit is so potent right now. And this is what she brought this out because I was over here chilling. Just want to let y'all know that I was chilling in my little human earth suit. Then the goddess, she said, we're rebirthing the star seeds because they need to hear these wisdoms. They need to hear the codes. They need the transmissions to recognize that we're integrating across multiple generations and dimensions. Because it comes from the great cosmic mother. It's the mother and the sun.
It's the mother and the son.
This lady right here is old enough to be my mother, y'all. It's the mother and the son.
The mother and the son. Always.
So I'm gonna leave it.
For real. Like I really am old enough to be his mother. Like me and his mother are 1 year apart. So shut the hell up, y'all. That's my son right there. You see? You see Jesus right there? Yeah, yes. It's called me Isis. Offset. Okay.
Mary, right?
Okay,
Mary.
okay, Horus, okay.
Yeah.
It's always been the mother and the son. I went to Puerto Rico and I was walking down the street in Puerto Rico and I just turned and it was a big old, and it's always, listen, it was this here figure right here, her right here with the son on her lap. And it's always the mother and the son. It's always the mother and the son, the Masons, the Ma's son. It's always the mother and the son. And the mother is going to always exalt the son. You know, even on the Lion King, what they do, they lift the son up. So the son is always exalted. And then in exalting one, sometimes it devalues the other at times, right? So if you exalt one, if you lift one up, the other one end up being devalued. Yes. And that's what's happened to the mother over time. And that's why she has to retake her throne to be known that, yes, he sits high because he sits on my lap. You know what I'm saying? The son is in the head because she set him there. She allowed him to be there. But her rightful place is the mother. She is the creator. She is the creator. She brings in the creations. Before the word was the symbols. Before you could even speak, you could see. So the first God you ever saw was your mother. The first thing that gave you life, that gave you milk, that took care of you, to make sure you didn't get eaten by animals and shit outside was your mother. So nobody can tell me it wasn't until you were able to speak that someone told you what God was and who God was and gave you a visual of what God was. But before that, the voices that you heard even from the womb came from your mother. So yes. No, I cannot be on the show with Adonis anymore. We are not supposed to be here preaching tonight. I think we was wrapping it up about an hour ago.
I know, right? And now we are here
for I think more than anything, I think that it was purposeful. You understand? Like, y'all heard what I said before we went live. I said, Adonis could have been on here with us tonight. You understand what I'm saying? And then immediately, Adonis popped up in the chat, and immediately Adonis got on live. Like immediately. You understand what I'm saying? And Mr. Westbrook, aka Supreme the Marriage, is like, he coming on.
Yes,
I was good. That. Yeah, like he said it. He's like, he coming on. So
yeah, I said hit that link.
And I love that. I love it. So I do.
It works like
energy. That. Like I've had conversations with him, and it's just like I already told him. Like I'm very I've always been like this. I'm very transparent. If I love you, I love you. If I don't, you gonna know it. You gonna feel the energy. I might not even say it. You just know I don't fuck with people I don't love. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if I want you around, if I bring you to this Starseed platform, I love you. I got love for you. I see you. I really see you. And like with Adonis, when he was like, yeah, the rose corner, I'm like, yep, makes sense. Because, we all, it's so, when he starts talking, I can feel it. I can feel the channel. It's like the channel is open and I'm in the same frequency. of the energy. So it's so fitting for him to be right there, right underneath me right now, because as he starts to channel, I can feel the energy. I can feel it when he starts speaking in tongues and he starts speaking I can feel the energy. And when he said Kali, yes, Kali is always with me. Kali Ma is like always. Since I seen that picture projected onto that Empire State Building,
in Big Apple City.
Yes.
It's
yes.
like where we at. So, in New York, you know.
So shout out to the Starseed.
Kalimai and Oshun is the reason why this platform was started.
Ashe.
So,
and I love that
Oshun. It's like it works. Like, you know, like my mother's story, like my birth story, all of that. The mother and son. You know what I'm saying? We like either you walked through it or you didn't. You see what I'm saying? Or you forgot you walked through it. So, you know, the sun could be exalted, right? The sun could be exalted, but the sun righteously is going to give reverence to his mother, right? So if you look at these entertainers and the folks that's in the entertainment industry and all that, they're like, oh, I got to give my mother a house. That's their motivation when they out doing what they're doing. Oh, I need to retire my mother. It goes back. There's a mother and child. The Pope bowed down to the Black Madonna and child. Right. You understand what I'm saying? So they give reverence to the mother and son. They remove the father. But when they give it back to the world, they say Father, Son, Holy Ghost. So you got these fools running around here disconnected, right? As if they could disconnect. That's like I was talking about, Honest to Miss Blue, right? She said, as if you could disconnect from your mother. So you're thinking this umbilical cord that severs you. It doesn't work that way. But the optical illusion, this is the duty of the nurses and the doctors in the hospital. You see what I'm saying? So that's why they want you there in hospice. You understand? They want you to perform the death ritual. You see, by your permission. So now you could become a dead person, and then they can hit you with the birth certificate, the social security card, the shedding of the blood, all of that. And the ultimate ritual, the severing of the cord cutting ritual, right? After that, where death is supposed to follow. So they'll play that game, and you think you're going to be more connected to your children. That's impossible. But they forgot the calculation of the universe. We see the stars as they were. We don't see them as they are. It could be 15 million years since the star was in existence when they start dealing with the quote-unquote death space. These are other aspects that existed, like King Adonis was talking about the onion. These are other layers. And every time they try to peel a layer back thinking they're getting rid of something, we're getting more and more exposed to the source of it all. See what I'm saying? So you can see the quarks and whatever the case in regards to that, in regards to the cells, like you would see in the celestial. Truly as above, so below. So when they witness it via these telescopes to these microscopes, they look at it and be like, oh, now they don't go into the space of reveal, they go in the space of conceal. So we go look at the book of Daniel, seal these things up. You get in the book of Revelation, they was like, unseal these things because the kingdom of heaven is at hand, right? So we say kingdom and we thinking about male. Matrilineal is the throne that you sit on. So you sit on her throne. She allowed you the space to rule, right? Even in the patrilineal, you might say your father, but how does he become a father? There's no opposition in regards to what it is, except on how you play it out. So patriarchy, matriarchy, patrilineal, matrilineal. Egalitarianism is the sum total of how we all exist together because we have due regard for everybody's role in equality, like Mr. Westbrook, aka Spring the Max, brought up at the beginning. 1 + 2 + 3 is 6. You know what I'm saying? So it's in there. Adonis, what you got? He done did it again. He over there.
Because what you just unlocked essentially was a tetragrammaton in code. And what I see is like the X, the Y, and the Z axis. So it's a 441, which is a 9. And I got the full card here, but it's not the full. This is really the ancestor speaking about the power of the void and the arcana, which is 0, and the cipher. The beginning of new potentials and outbreaking. Oh my God, that's everything I could have asked for and more, but more literally. It's like I just saw the eight of cups because you spoke about the cutting of the cords, and this is where she walks into the sun, where the sun shines the sun shines like she is the sun, because that's Big Mama, that's the cornbread, that's the nourishment, that's the 4th house, where your being is established, your roots, your foundation. Salakanian, that's Cancerian vibes. That's the mother. And in the mother, I heard in the mother, whoa. She said in the mother that gave birth to your father, okay? Spirit, clock it. That was the beginning of the egg and the chicken, that which we come from. Thy mother, the honor of thy mother. And back to the tetragrammaton. What you unlocked essentially was a tree or a sphere. Because you can circle a cube, sphere, same geometry, same degrees. The tree of life. We walk the tree of life. We embody paradigms, levels of awareness. Like, I break it down like this. Our cells are consciousness. They're made of atoms, and these atoms, they come together to make tissues, and when the tissues come together, they make organs. When the organs come together, they make body systems. When our body systems come together, we get a whole being. We get a human being, and in this human being, we have these human experiences, and far greater. But in that light of coming together, we have our skin, right? Where we see the skin, and in the school of thought that we come from, the skin is your crown chakra. So seeing your skin as your crown, and knowing that your body is the tree of life, awakening. Oh, that was your throat. Yeah. Spirit said, remember your dreams, because they speak louder.
I've been having wild dreams. That's crazy.
It's Pisces season.
Pisces, and
it's Pisces season, and it's retrograde. All of it working in the same space.
From the heart.
Jupiter is in retrograde right now until the 10th of March. Right? When did your show start?
The 10th of March.
Come on.
You also mentioned the throne, and when you were talking about when we talk about kings, and they always say the king and his throne, and the king is nothing without his throne. And when you think about the throne, if you look at the shape of a chair, it's a body. It's almost like a sitting body, and then again, it is the son on the mother's lap. If I give you the throne, then you become a king. But without the throne, you are not a king, and without the mother, you are merely a lost child. You are not a son,
right?
Because you have no mother. Right. So for people to be out here and thinking that there is no mother, then your God, your source is out of balance. It has to be a mother. There has to be a mother. Like, there don't even have to be a father, but it has to be a mother, because there's a mother, and then there's the son, and then there's the father. That's how the father got here. It's crazy because a lot of the rejection energy of the mother energy comes from the female. It's a lot of women, we have been programmed to, because it's the same thing when we got first got Jesus, we got programmed to see this white male energy. So now as women, we see male energy. Doesn't matter what, white, black. Okay, we changed Jesus to black, but we still see male energy. We are not speaking on the mother, and that energy will not be hidden much longer. So and I've been trying to, it's so crazy. It's like she's pushing me forward. Like, you must speak about it, because when it comes, people won't understand the energy because they're expecting it one way. And it's not one way. You can't produce a masculine without carrying that energy within yourself. So that's why you can see women can't be the mother and the father. They say women can't do it. Yes, they can. They can, but they don't want to. That's not the choices that we want to make. That's why we push that energy outside of ourselves, so we don't have to maintain the masculine energy. And that masculine energy has to know that it comes from the feminine. You know, it's the masculine within the feminine. It's not the feminine within the masculine. You know, like white, black don't come from white. You know, you can't exactly. That's it. And it's the acknowledgement of it. And again, it's symbolic. It's not the written word. The written word will tell you. That's why I try to explain it as like an abstract painting. The minute you see it, you see something. The minute I see it, I see something. When he sees it, he sees something. But the minute someone puts a word on it, all I can see is what you called it, what you said it was. And now I no longer have my own thoughts. It's now what you said. So the word is so confining, it's so structured that you are not allowed to imagine or to know anything outside of what is defined for you. If you tell me it's blue, now it's blue. It's blue. In my mind, it was purple, but now it's blue because you said it was blue. And that's what we can't get caught up in the word. And you also mentioned knowledge earlier. And I'm going to talk about this on the show, but there's a danger in people who can speak so well. For so long, we've listened to so many people who can speak so well, but they don't carry anything. They read a book and they recited that shit to you. And now they speak so well. And we've been led down a road by people who speak so well, but carry no energy of the mother. They carry no intuition. They carry no guidance, no inner guidance that tells them don't lead people down the wrong road. So we've been led down the wrong road because we associate intellect. We associate intellect with actually godliness, and that's not. It's more of the feelings. It's the person who's cursing online that's telling you get your shit together that really cares about you, versus the person who's going by the book. The one by the book is the one who's just reciting, and they're good with their words. You know, their words. We've been tricked by the words because we've been in the Neptune season, but now we're in the age of knowing, and we know that words can be tricky. But the feelings, the energy you can't lie. Your energy cannot lie. So allow people to really show you who they are based on their energy and not their words. Because that's how we got here. We've been bamboozled by the word. Don't tell me it's the word. It's the symbol first. What you see is what you get.
As you were speaking, I was hearing the mother speak about telling the children to go back to me. Thank God. Oh my God! Literally, I wrote back last year on the day that we did our show. Protect the kids. Protect the children. And my aura. Literally on the 23rd. I said, save the children, which is the 10 of Hearts day. It was a 10 of Hearts day, and we're in a 10 of Hearts week. And the 10s is all about the knowledge on the cipher and the beginning and the Capricorn energy. And it's so beautiful because I just saw this interview. God, give that lady grace. I just saw this interview with, what's the Flavor of Love? What's the girl that used to be on there? I Love New York. New York, synchronicities. She had this Capricorn red pendant, and that's just the synchronicity for the Capricorn and the red energy. But in the interview, it was the words. It was the weighing of the words. This is Ma'at and Tahuti energy. It's the measurement of the words and how these words are weighed on our hearts, on our bodies.
We have to be so preciously careful, precautiously careful of the words that we speak over ourselves, of the words that we speak to our environment, to our community, because they matter on an anatomical, chemical level, seen and unseen, known and unknown. My ancestors taught me this: don't get caught with your feet up, because the streets is always watching.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why we feel, that sense of spiritual tenacity or burden or responsibility to get this work done, because it's that important. Because if you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear, because we are here.
Right.
Starseeds are here. And when you know yourself, you attract and you align with your tribe. You attract with what's for you, and you see directly past what's not for you. And then we come back into that balance and the remembrance of our souls, of ourselves, in our communities. Because Spirit dropped that on me a few years ago. They said, unify or fall. Because what you going to do by yourself for the rest of your life? You need community. You need compassion. You need to be able to hold on to what somebody else is going through for 5 seconds. Even if it don't, it'll be able to guide you through the next moment. Because the next moment is a miracle that only God can say what it's going to be. And that's when the stillness, that silence, the golden octave. Ashe, come on, clarity. Because tomorrow, on Venus Day, the night of the blue hand, is the day where we usher in the golden octave. Gold AU 111. That's a message. 1238. 38 is 11. 11 plus the 12, 0011. Self mastery, 41%. That's back to the 5, my soul expression. Ashe. Bringing into the golden octave. The golden octave of the sun. This is the vibration in the weighing of the words. Before we reach the equinox, Spirit told me that there is a lot of closure still being completed, as well as, because this is what transition looks like. This is what the energy of death looks like. It's so funny because in thank God, in the spirit of life, there is always a death. And in the hidden realms, they say, there's a saying that death reclaims a life. And in that, before I even could remember what that even truly meant for myself, Spirit called me a doula, and a doula of death. And in that, my remembrance of a doula of death, we protect the life. We protect the remembrance and the emergence of what life, the totality of all life is. And the key to that is simplicity.
The bombs on top of bombs, okay? God Israel ain't about to beat me up. Let me go to Mr. Spring Numerics, aka Mr. Westbrook, okay? For your final remarks, where people can find you, how they can get a hold of you, and the like. And then we're gonna go to King Adonis, and we're gonna go to God Israel. And I ain't got nothing to say after all of this. You understand what I'm saying? Nothing to say, but tune in to season 6. You understand? So let me go to Mr. Westbrook, aka Supreme Numerics.
Yeah, ain't got nothing to say, but just pull out the long wooden broom and sweep up all these ashes from these explosions. But gratitude to the God knowledge born Allah for making the platform available so we can promote this very powerful season 6, and everything is synchronized, everything is aligned. So as I close out, we have crossed over into the 6th day, which is in alignment with that season 6. And it's also Friday. Friday is Venus Day. Friday and Venus are ruled by the number 6. And this also happens to be the last promo ahead of the season launch. And Knowledge Born asked me to speak on that 6 and the 10. Well, here's that knowledge on the 6 and the 10. It's season 6, and season 6 is popping off on the 10th, March 10th. So there that go. But for my closeout, I'll just let you know what Pronoia Starseed Podcast is bringing for season 6 from a numerical perspective. Season 6 of Pronoia Starseed Podcast is bringing balance. The number 6 is a number of balance. We are restoring that balance with all the star seeds and all of the programs and downloads that we will be bringing to you. We talked a lot about love. Venus is love. 6 is Venus. 6 is the number of love. Love is the highest elevation of understanding according to the lessons. So Pronoia Starseed Podcast is bringing that love to you. We talked about family. 6 is the number of family. We're bringing the family together from our family to yours, bringing the message, bringing the downloads. 6 is an earth number. We're bringing that grounding and stability, especially in the midst of a world that's very chaotic. 6 is a number of healing. Pronoia Starseed Podcast Season 6 is bringing that healing, that spiritual healing, that holistic healing that we very much need. Spiritual, physical, mental, touching all aspects. We got the raw food for the physical. We got a smart video girl for the mind. We got Transformation Tuesdays and temple talks and math metaphysics for everything. So we're bringing that healing. 6 is that number of justice, that right and wrong, the scales of justice and balance. So that's what Pronoia Starseed Podcast is bringing this season 6. Also, can't forget about the art, because we talked about music too. Number 6 is an artistic number as well. And you want to talk about the artist? We could talk about that video clip that Knowledge Born Allah sent to the Starseeds the other day with Marvin Gaye building on the artist and the purpose of art. And the artist is only interested in waking up the minds of men and women. So that's what we're going to be doing in season 6. So I'm Nick Westbrooks, aka Mr. Westbrooks, aka Supreme Numerics, which is the name of my numerology offerings. And the meaning of Supreme Numerics in numerology, based on the vibration of the word, is the application and the study of numerology to help you activate your personal power in abundance. So you can find me on Linktree /Mr. Westbrooks, MRWESTBROOKS. Links to the YouTube channel, social media, booking page for consultation is all there. So once again, much gratitude to Knowledge Born Allah, much gratitude to the goddess Rael for bringing the team together, the dream team. And we'll see you season 6, Pronoia Starseed Podcast. I'm out. Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, King Adonis in the building for the closeout.
Much gratitude, family. Much honor to you, to your body, to your ancestors, to your angels, to your spirit guides. I am King Adonis, Dev Leo Adonis, Chief Unicorn, Dev Leo Silohi Fetiavu, Earth Angel, Street Oracle, Angel Professor. I'm looking forward, so happy and grateful to all of our synchronicities, prophetic alignments for season 6 in the Rose Corner. And stay tuned for all of the manifestations of miraculous miracles. So happy and grateful for this Venusian Venus Day. Happy alignments and miracles and magic. And may the
life be ever in your favor. Peace, peace, wholeness, gratitude.
Tell them where to find you real quick. Where you go?
Yeah. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube at DevLeo Adonis. And if you want to just DM me on TikTok or email me or reach out, and we can go from there, family. Much gratitude.
And greatest, for the best and the one and the only, the reason why we all here connected, interconnected, as the goddess spoke about earlier today, the one and only Pronoia's own, the mother of the Starseeds, goddess Rael.
Hey, peace and blessings, Starseeds. That's right. We are back on the 10th, which is this Tuesday, Transformation Tuesdays, new frequency, who dis? All right. Make sure you're tapped into Pronoia. Make sure you're subscribed to the podcast. We continue to grow over there. It is a safe space for Starseeds to express themselves. And whatever gifts you may have, bring them. We need them. At this time, we all need to bring our gifts. We all know you're a superhero. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's safe over there. Yes, there are villains around, but you know what? The more of us, the brighter our light is, it shuns away the darkness. So know that you are safe at Pronoia Starseed Podcast. It's going to be an amazing season. You can catch me on all platforms at Pronoia Starseed Podcast. I pulled the card for us tonight, and the card says the universe works fast when I'm having fun. Best believe this is going to be a fun, exciting, quick, and amazing season. Tap in, put your seatbelts on, and get ready for what Divine has for you. I am the goddess Rael. I have had such an amazing 4 episodes of promo here on Do the Knowledge Radio, my second home. Thank you, Knowledge Born Allah. Thank you to the Starseeds. Thank you, Adonis. Thank you, Mr. Westbrooks, for tapping in tonight. I knew I wasn't going to be alone with of course, Knowledge will be here, but I knew you guys was going to show up. And shout out to Mahatma. I hope you're feeling better, my sister. And shout out also to Pata. Enjoy your ceremony tonight, and we will catch you on the 21st. Make sure you're tapped into Pronoia. Also, Starseeds Sunday, special treat for Masters Mondays preview. I put a special reel together, so I hope you enjoy it. All right, have a great evening, and thank you for tapping in. Peace.
Hypno music.
Yeah, gotta let it go. Knees on the ground and I let it go. Yeah, I'm loving my life. Yeah, I'm loving my life. Yeah, gotta let it go. Hands on my knees and I let it flow. Living my life. Yeah, I'm loving my life. Shake it down to my left. Shake it down to my right. Reach towards the sky and wind and round and feel fine. Shake it down to my right. Shake it down to my left, 'cause I'm feeling blessed, feeling at my best. So yeah. 'Cause I'm feeling blessed. So yeah. 'Cause I'm feeling blessed. So yeah. Man, I'm so grateful. Wake up in the morning, rise and thankful. Hey, I'm loving my life. Yes, I'm loving my life. Hey, that's right, my damn soul. Living in the past, they don't let it go.